Your heart tell you.
Come on, yo, it's a 1-2, a 1-2. Just let me have this podcast, proudly presents Monsters and Memories time, baby. Let's go.
Oh, the viewers bumped huge.
Let's go. We gotta fade this one out.
This is big. This is big. Okay. All right. So,
was that Naughty by Nature? Who was that?
Is that effective fade?
Oh, Wilson Phillips.
Okay, so this is the Just Let Me Have This podcast. My name is Jesse. I'm joined by PK Pat.
Yo, yo.
Say hi.
What's up, guys?
And Moose's Wild Chris.
Hello.
And we are here for yet another episode of Choose Your Main, a Monsters and Memories podcast focused on exactly what it sounds like, choosing your main. So in this, we go into a moderate level of depth into a group of classes. We've been grouping them by the role they're going to play in the actual game itself. We've covered tanks. Check that video out. We've covered healers. Check that video out. And today we're covering Melee DPS. But before I jump into that, I just want to remind everyone to like and subscribe.
It hurts me every time you do it.
That's a real humdinger there, buddy.
Yeah.
Let's workshop that.
Look, I'm trying to pay the bills.
Yeah,
Yes.
we all want to quit our jobs and do this full time. There's
real
only
job-
one way to
that
do
would
that.
be so sick.
My real job sucks. No.
Look him up. Let his boss know.
Look him up. Hit me up on LinkedIn. And I don't actually do that. And
I can't tell the internet that.
Please
That's
do
the
not.
biggest call to action.
please do not ever
Oh,
do
no.
that. Hey, we just hit 150 subs.
Oh,
Nice.
That's so cool.
On a pop
Yeah,
of
so today
champagne.
we're jumping into Melee DPS. But before we do that, like, you guys want to give me your highlights of the week? Like, where are you guys at? What's your headspace going into this show?
For me personally, I took off today. I'm off tomorrow, and then I took off for the Super Bowl. So this is like my first 3-day weekend in probably about a year. So I am just chilling. I'm on cloud 9. I am as relaxed as you're going to get me, and I'm ready to go.
Is that why you look so
That explains the
formal
look.
today?
That explains the
you
look.
gotta-
Well, if you want the backstory from this again is actual Canadian merchandise. No Name is the name of my Vanilla WoW guild. And when they said No Name, I thought it was just a really lame way of saying like, oh, it's No Name, because they couldn't think of anything. Apparently in Canada, No Name is like their Kirkland brand. Like, so that's like their great value. Like that's what that, so No Name is like their generic brand up there. So that's where that came from. And they have stuff like this, which is a sweatshirt. I have
sweatshirt for
so, yeah,
sweating.
I have a pair of yellow socks that say No Name Socks for Feet. Like it's just I don't know what it is, but I think it's very
What was
charming.
the shipping? Did you play the Trump tariffs? Like, what's the situation with
No,
the Canadian
apparently
shipping?
he wrote down, the guy actually works for the post office in Canada, and he said if you write it down as that it's a gift, you don't pay anything for it. So
Wow.
he got
Tariff
around it.
evasion.
Yeah.
Tariff evasion.
Yeah.
It's a look. You got a good look, man. A strong look. I feel like you're a Monster Energy drink short, and you should probably be listening to maybe Crossfade.
This one you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Let's
play
go.
What's on Pat's desk.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
It's a vape.
Yeah.
A tech deck.
I got all the things. Anything you want, I got it.
That's cool, man.
Oh,
Do you wear that during like your raids and stuff? Wow, you are committed
no.
to your guild.
No, I have
really
not worn
committed.
it for a raid. I did tell them that I would wear it for one of our shows, though.
oh, look at this. You're making
Cross-promotion.
inside
Yeah.
jokes. This is community
Cross-promotion.
building. Very nice of you.
How about you, Chris? How you doing, man?
I'm okay. Tired. I don't need to talk about it.
tired.
Oh, wah. Baby's got a job and a kid. Life's so hard. Wah. My lobster's too buttery. No, I'm doing okay. I'm a little tired. I'm on a smoothie because of my disappointing sandwich story that
Yeah.
I hope you cut out at the beginning. But long story short, I'm a 4-year-old man who just ate a turkey sandwich with Italian dressing because I had nothing else to lube it up with. So
Sure.
that's it. That's where my life's at. today. Oh, and I made I think a big highlight. I had Totino's pizza rolls, which I'm also 40 years old and have a kid, but I eat like I'm 11.
So I thought you were gonna say like I made partner.
No, the exact opposite actually. I'm pretty sure coming home to an empty house, eating Totino's pizza rolls and a sandwich with Italian dressing is the exact opposite of a promotion.
Of saying I made partner. Yeah.
How about you, buddy? What's your week like?
I'm okay-ish. I've had a very frustrating situation at work, and that's really that. I'm not going to go into the deets. It's just like normal work stuff of like, hey, do this. We need this day, and I'll be there. And then like doing all the work to get that done. They're like, actually, I can't be there. Can you redo it a different day? And I'm like, sure, I can do that. And like, it just sort of going, it's just like, I'm just being like yanked around, right? It's not really, it's not, I'm boring myself. Let's just like start talking about Melee DPS. So like, let's
fire it up. Let's take feedback and get right into it.
Let's take some back. Yeah. I mean,
wait. Before we do start,
I do want to
shout out. No,
you want to go hard?
I do want to huff some spray paint with everyone. No, I want to
pop your Quaaludes.
Everyone, let's go for a ride. Who's got Z-Quill? I do want to thank some folks that have been pretty instrumental over the week, because a lot of the stuff that happens for the show happens between the shows and a lot of the community stuff. And I want to shout out Squats the Goblin, who's like an awesome, very interactive. He's an awesome content creator as well. And he's been super interactive and just like a really cool resource for us. Was talking about Monk, which we'll get into today. And he's like a bastion of insight and a good and like a really cool pundit himself about Monsters and Memories. So give him a look up if you can. He's been super cool to us.
I'd echo that. I also want to talk a little bit before we get into it. So we talk about these classes on like a pretty, I'll call it like a superficial level. We take like vibes. Like the way I imagine us talking about these classes is the same way that you would like people watch in a mall. Like you're just kind of like watching people walk past. You're kind of evaluating them, not judging them, but evaluating them on like what they're wearing, like how they carry themselves. I'm not going into the numbers. We're not like looking up their bank statements. And so like we don't have firsthand experience playing these classes like beyond like level 15 thereabouts. Obviously, there are a lot of people out there who do, but like this is the wrong video if you want in-depth like numbers analysis. And like that's just sort of what it's going to be, right? That's just like we can't do any better than that. So
it's true.
We're obviously going to get more in detail once these things are like more solidified and once we get closer to release. But like now,
we do know life. We have the penchant to know life.
That's for I've like this is the first game in a while I've considered taking a few days off for.
Wow.
When is do we have an actual release date for it?
June.
It's
early June.
I saw something.
I think June 1 is like the target.
I saw something about that being pushed back to September, but I don't know if I'm just like spreading fake news or not.
Yeah,
GG,
I would be shocked if the first release date is the one that they end up sticking with, especially with something like an MMO that just it's going to have issues and they're going to have to keep pushing back and pushing back. I would rather, I don't remember who said it, but it was like a delayed game will eventually be good, but a rush game will always be bad. So like just take your time with it, make sure you get it as right as you possibly can.
I think you said that just now. It was great.
That's a good thing you said. And this is wild. I'm seeing in chat guy named Flourishing. I am going to assume because this is my
Flourishing guide.
I literally have the tab up right now. I was about to share it. This is wild. We need to shout this man out. What an honor. We need to shout this man out. Flourishing has put together a new player guide that should like basically be everyone's Bible.
Yeah.
This dude goes hard. He goes hard. Lovely, like
a lot of our research comes from this.
Yep.
Thank you, Flourishing.
So like if you like the sort of superficial sprinkles that like we can put together for you, go into Flourishing's like bakery and get the full cake. I'm just gonna rip this analogy like right to death. But like man oh man, check this guy's doc out. It's out there in the Discord. I can also link it in like the doobly-doo. Did I say boy howdy?
You said man oh man, which
man
is
oh
like,
man.
Man oh man, by golly.
By goodness. My little girl said, I'm moving quick as a dick today. I'm like, what? So yeah, that's where we're at. All right, let me stop sharing this man.
Fire this up.
I'm really happy to have Flourishing in the chat. Hopefully he gets to hang
What
out
an
with us for a
honor
while.
that we could make such a scholar's radar, you know? Little us.
All right. Let's.
Where are we starting?
Oh, we're going to fire this right up. Let's get right into the slide deck. Oh, here we go.
We're going to go right into the slide deck. So let me boot it up. Give me just a moment. Why don't you guys vamp for a little while?
We're gonna let's talk. Pat, what's your in that get up? What's your shtick? Tech decks? What's your?
I used to have one of those, and I remember trying to learn how to kickflip with one of them, and I was never good at it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Well, the deck's open.
All right, cool.
Good vamp, guys.
Just do my
Do you
part.
guys remember rollerblades that were like built for grinding?
Yeah,
not
they
just
had a little
rollerblades, but like
grind plate.
rollerblades that were built for grinding.
They were K something, K2 or something.
K2, I think. Yeah. Let's just sit on that for a second. All right.
Okay.
Melee DPS. Primary role they do. Like, let's not talk about the actual muck itself, but what do we expect a Melee DPS in the group to be doing, boys?
I would say punching things.
Sure.
It's really good.
Yeah,
Sure.
That's a close combat melee specialist. That's what Melee DPS would do. I don't know. How dumb do we want to make this? Do we want to make it like somebody who's never heard of a video game before?
Yeah, like explain.
I think it's fine. I think we give an overview.
Explain it to your 11-year-old cousin.
There you go.
Okay, so you would be going up to the enemy and fighting in close quarters. That's what Melee DPS is.
What else are they expecting to
think-
do generally, Chris?
I think Melee DPSs in this game, with rare exception, have they obviously are going to be pumping the numbers. They're going to be doing damage. They're going to be taking down foes. They're going to be in the fray, which is honestly typically a more dangerous spot to be. If there's like some sort of aggro situation, you're going to have less of a time to react than a caster who has range. So it can be a little dangerous up there. And also, for the most part, many classes come with a kick ability, and you will need to, if you're a martial class, you'll probably be in a kick rotation of some sort or be on kick watch for some spells like gate or a nuke or something that could be a real problem, a full heal, complete heal. You might be on kick duty too. So there's a little bit that you're going to have to focus on when you're a Melee DPS. Most of it is make the enemy health bar go down.
Yeah.
But there is going to be some nuance depending on the class that you play.
The only thing I'd add to that is I would consider them sustained DPS. Like they're always doing damage as opposed to a spellcaster, which is more burst DPS.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also, like, depending on the class, and we'll go into this, their ability to pull mobs back to the camp. What makes you so scared of pulling, Chris?
Yeah. What was that about?
I believe I said, end quote, I never want to
Be asked to pull?
I never want to be asked to pull, nor do I intend to pull ever in my career playing a game like this. Something to that effect. But pulling is, so I think the thing that I love about Monsters and Memories is it is a very chill vibe. And once you're in a flow state in a group, you're kind of just vibing. I mean, like, it's not, if things are going well, you can kind of like half pay attention sometimes. And I say that as I let a friend die as a healer.
Yeah, here's our healer talking about second screening.
Yeah.
Fucking
Just watching
heated
TED
rivalry.
Talk, watching Top Gun. Watching Tom Gun. On screen 2, baby. No, like I am invested, but like sometimes when I'm just leveling, it's like 1 a.m. I'm like, I'm just gonna fucking throw on top heated rivalry on screen 2. But I love that. I love having that option. Pulling is incredibly brain on. It's the most brain on thing in this game, and it is, in my opinion, I think every class has a important responsibility, and like obviously when you're progging, you're going to be dialed in a little bit, or if stuff goes sideways, you're going to lean in. But pullers, I feel like, have to lean in the most, and I don't want to always have to lean in like a puller does. Does that make sense?
They're the guy from that Call of Duty series. who's like, stay frosty. Like, you gotta stay frosty.
I'm like, dude, the amount of pullers, like, let's put it this way. I've been in quite a few groups, and your puller is the canary in the coal mine for when shit's about to go sideways, typically. And if you see the puller health bar go to 0, sometimes immediately they're like, whoops, I pulled something wrong, or I pulled too much, or I pulled a boss and I didn't con them. The amount of times I've seen people like miscon something or assume something was a con that was way higher, just get fucking lit up to the point where I was just like, oh, like I just watched their health go to 0, and then all of us run away. You know, like I just feel like that's the responsibility I don't want. I don't want that.
I'll tell you what, this role is near and dear to me. It's probably the group of classes I'm going to choose my main from. I love the sustained aspect of it. I loved seeing damage move fast in my little damage screen. Always a second window. And like in my EverQuest days, I color coded all the melee damage so I could. You always like filter out other people's melee, but I made like green my hits, red hits against me, yellows misses against me, and I filtered out my like non-hits. So it was just sort of nice, like you could like kind of grok how quickly. And I had an epic monk in EverQuest, and that's like the ratio for your fists at that point was 9:18, which means 1.8 seconds you're swinging your fist, but with like an inbuilt 40% haste, you're swinging like every second essentially. And that's just like fun. You're just seeing like a constant stream of damage. You also have dual wield plus double attack, so you're potentially seeing 4 attacks, like bang, like you're just seeing like 4 like big numbers going across there, and every second, bang, bang, bang. And it's just like, that's cool. If you're a rogue, you can then hit like the big button number, the big number button every once in a while.
Boom.
Every rogue should have a big button on their keyboard that just says number.
They had like one of those that was easy buttons back when Staples like had that little mantra, and you could hook it up to your computer and make it one of your buttons, so you can have a big like button.
Huge.
Slap.
That would be amazing as a rogue, because you got this backstab, and sometimes like because your normal hits are going anywhere from like 40 to 100 damage depending on like the main damage of your daggers as a rogue. But like you hit that backstab button and you do like 800 damage, it's like, ooh, yo, man.
We should have a Jesse class shine tracker, because I feel like he's leaning rogue right now the way he's talking.
Yeah, shines high
for sure.
Shines high for rogue there.
And like
I think
go ahead. No, and like the last thing that I referenced this last video, but there's nothing there. Like gear matters more in a tank. It matters more that your tank has the best gear. But like melee DPS is like a fast follow in that regard.
Sure.
They got to have the good stuff
for sure.
So they're super gear dependent. But once you get that gear and you get that main drop or you get that epic quest, you're like, oh, man. You're like a made man. Like what you're like not Danny DeVito. Yeah, I guess not Danny DeVito wasn't in Goodfellas. It would be awesome if he was. The
dude,
guy in Home
are you
Alone.
getting paid? The guy Danny DeVito?
No, not
Joe
Danny.
Pesci.
Joe Pesci. It's
sorry.
like when Joe Pesci.
It was Danny DeVito. You got it right.
Danny Pesci. Joe DeVito.
That would be a great reason to have AI. Like just replace Joe Pesci with Danny DeVito in Goodfellas.
It's a better movie.
Oh, it's
better
definitely
movie.
a better movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
well,
I love these classes. I think they look the coolest. I'm just all about them.
I will say in the chat, I was nudged that pulling is sick. You get to set the pace, and I think that is worth calling out. Pulling is so when I talked about tanks and the required game knowledge and the ability to kind of set the pace, like really that is the puller in this game. In like modern MMOs, the tank kind of typically is the puller, maybe a ranged DPS in certain cases, but most of the time it's the tank. The puller being a subset of skill in this game for melee DPS is very much someone who sets the tone for the entire group and sets the pace. And like you do have the responsibility though of like monitoring your healer's mana, and like that's the type of brain on stuff where I'm like, I don't want to do that.
That's a healer problem. Yeah.
This healer problem.
Right. That's not your
like
problem.
A healer. Monitor your healer's mana, please.
Pat, what always bugged me about WoW was that warriors were both. They were both the best tank and the best melee DPS.
Yes, yeah, by a lot, and it's not even remotely close. But
Sure.
yeah, they do at least in WoW, like in dungeon settings, the warrior is what sets the pace. In raid settings, it's the hunters that do all the pulling. But I mean, it's so it's just so fast. It's like there's nobody cares about healer mana in raids really. It's like unless like something went horrendously wrong, and you needed to stop to really take a break. But like other than that, like you just keep going. Like your foot is always on the gas and you continue going. Like if some healers need to drink, then that's your problem. You sit down and drink. The rest of them are still going to keep going.
Yeah.
I feel like in
All right,
this will be like a much slower paced, right? Like we're looking at maybe 10 player content towards the end. So it feels like it'll be a lot slower. But again, I'm trying to picture like the EverQuesty type thing where you would probably have a group sitting in one spot while like a puller will go out and grab stuff to bring back to you guys to stand up kill, and then right before all that stuff dies, when things are around 30% ish left, the puller will go and he'll be on his way to go pull the rest of the stuff and rinse and repeat over and over again.
Hells yeah. Let's talk Monk.
Let's talk Monk.
Let's fire it up. Let's
Monk.
fire it up, man. Number
Monk.
one in the slides, number one in Jesse's heart, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Monks are high, man. The only hesitance I have of playing a monk is that I play one in EverQuest. But
okay,
that's the only hesitancy.
That sounds terrible. How could you do two things
no,
at
there's
once?
a few Well, before I get into my hesitancies, let's talk about it. Monk, unarmed. They will have melee. They will have like weapons they can probably use. It would be cool if those weapons in this game were based off hand-to-hand skill as opposed to like one-hand blunt. But no edged weapons for monks, so they're not going to be rolling on swords. And we'll sort of get into the 4D chess I'm playing later in the like where's your head at after we go through all the classes. But they're not rolling on edged weapons. They're only rolling on blunt weapons, and even then, not all of them, because some of those things might be like meant for a cleric or something like that. Generally, monks have like monk or beastmaster specific weapons. They tend to share a class as it relates to that type of thing. EverQuest, they were awesome because either humans or Ixar could be them, and Ixar was just like better like across the board. It had like a base AC increase, a base amazing regeneration, and like that's all you need in life as a monk. This one adds, also Mend is in there, which is from EverQuest as well, which is just like every, I think like 5 or 6 minutes, maybe 10 minutes in this game. I don't know. I don't remember. You hit a button and you get a huge heal. And it's works all the time in this game, whereas in EverQuest, you had to scale it up. In EverQuest, sometimes it would fail and hurt you.
It's a pretty fat heal, too. And I believe it's percent, which is huge.
Yeah, it's like 35% or 40%. It's pretty chunky.
It's chunky.
It's no joke. It's one of those like, oh my God, you save it for like shit hitting the fan as opposed to like use on cooldown.
I've seen people do both, and I think to great effect.
I think
it especially if you're sitting or you're like canny dancing as a healer, like it's nice to help smooth things out.
They also have stances, which they never did have at EverQuest, and this is really cool.
Yeah,
I've been playing this.
This is brand new to me. I've never heard anything like this.
Dude, this is so cool. So they have stances, 4 of them, all have different things. They're like Earth stance is like increase your AC, like if you want to sort of tank, if you're missing a tank and you need an off tank. They have a fire stance, and they have like cool graphics with it too. It's not just like changes in the button, like you actually see things happening on the screen. You will with fire dance, you'll like put a dot on the bad guys when you hit them. They have a movement speed stance, gives you a 10% movement speed buff. With indoors, that's pretty big deal, especially for pulling.
100%.
And they have like additional procs when you hit Celestial Strike, which like essentially like accentuates the aspect of that stance. And eventually, sometimes Celestial Strike also just bursts heals, like it does a little heal for the whole group. It's minor.
I wouldn't call it burst.
It's not a heal. We shouldn't call it burst.
It procs a small but nice heal. But like I think the total heal, I think it obviously scales with the group. But like if you're outputting even just a little iota of health, like 10 to whatever it scales to, you multiply that by a few folks, that's a lot. That's like a decent chunk of healing going out for folks. So
yeah, and it looks cool too. It's got a big old chunky blue graphic along with it, like the healing graphic, and people are like, oh cool, thank you. The big ability they have that is, I was going to say unique, but it's not, is Feign Death. They have the best Feign Death ability in that it has no cast time. This fools mobs into thinking you're dead. Like simple as that. Can someone in the chat tell me if it fails in this game? Because it does fail in EverQuest, and I'm not sure if it does. I've never had it fail for me in Monsters and Memories, but it doesn't mean it doesn't. And when we wait for that, sneak, that's what it sounds like. You hit a button and you can walk behind a hostile mob, and they won't see you if you're not in their cone of vision. New for this is AoE interrupts, which is really cool. They do like a spinning kick.
Big. It's big, yeah.
It's big.
It's huge, man. Like we, especially on an overpull or something. Like I think. And Jesse, I know you mentioned that you were a little nervous about like Monk's identity as a great puller or like the best puller in EverQuest being challenged a bit by other class, especially like SK. Just it's like Simpsons did it. You name any class thing that's cool, and like, oh, SK gets that too. They do get feign death, but I think like with the monk ability, with the monk stances, what SKs don't get that monks do get is that speed buff from wind stance is kind of big for kiting and like getting away. Like that makes it, I think it still makes them a very strong puller. And obviously the feign death is huge. And that AoE interrupt and AoE the AoE interrupts are a big deal. And really help them be that tone setter and puller. Like if stuff goes sideways, they also have things that they can do that kind of help the party regain stability, which is I think a big deal.
I don't disagree with you at all, man. I do think that there are more classes with abilities to pull in this game than EverQuest. Like that is the end of the sentence. I'm going to check chat if someone can tell me if feign death does fail. It does fail. Okay,
it can. A couple people.
So that sucks.
So.
FYI, monks suck now.
Yeah.
No, I mean it used to fail on EverQuest, and it's just sort of part of the risk, right? It's like, well,
I would have assumed that it had at least a chance. But...
Yeah.
But the reason why I'm a little afraid in this game is particularly with rogues, because they have the ability to sap, and they also have like vanishing powder or something like that, and it helps like wipe the memory. Now you can't use it as often as feign death, but it's stepping on the toes a little bit of a monk puller. It's like the Venn diagram is bleeding a little bit closer, whereas a rogue in EverQuest would never go pull. Like that's like a death sentence for them.
Same with WoW.
Yeah. Rogues in this we'll talk about that.
Yeah. So
I remember way back in the day we would have rogues that would spec into subtlety because sap would pull you out of stealth. And there was a talent that had like push it up to like 70% chance to stay in stealth. So we would use them to go out and try and sap a mob, and then like hopefully he didn't break stealth and die. Like, it's so unnecessary now, but back then that was huge.
Pat, stop trying to show off your achievement score.
Bro. Sorry.
Yeah, dude. Come on, man. He's got the hat on.
I'm very sorry.
He's waving it around.
Give me your vibe on. Give me your checks on Monk, guys. What do you guys feel about it?
I think players who value. So if we're talking player type aura check, what do you bring in the group? So aura check, you're going to be Avatar: The Last Airbender. Like you're going to be.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Can I say I hate that? I hate that show. I hate that movie. I hate the show.
Well, okay, all right. You're going to be an adult, cool edgelord version of Avatar: The Last Airbender. But like, I think the stances. All that's to say, I think the stances add a dynamic style of gameplay. I've read on the forums, it doesn't always feel impactful enough yet. But I think the fact that you get that ability makes it very cool. But I think like monk players, if you're coming into the party as a monk, you're going to be someone who values rhythm and tempo control, because you're going to be you probably in that spearhead role where they're going to be like, cool, you're going to be pull duty. You're going to be reliable. So you're going to be like, I would put monks, and Jesse, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I would put them in the sustained DPS, not burst DPS.
Yeah, for sure.
Like they're going to gradually put out damage very consistently and very simply. And some people might not love that because they want to have the big damage button. But the thing you'll get in lieu of that is a lot of versatility, because you're going to have a tankier stance for Earth stance. If shit gets crazy, you can potentially off tank. I will say that I've read that it's not quite there to like off tank levels outside of early game, but like, and they wear leather, right, Jesse? They're leather wearers typically. So you're not going to be perfectly off tank, but you do have that capability to like earth stance, and then you can stance dance into wind if you need to kite tank, or so you're going to have a lot of versatility and a lot of cool things you can bring to the party. That's not just damage, but your damage is going to be very respectable.
Good way to put it. Good rundown. Pat, what I always
that's-
said to you when I didn't play WoW was like, yo, put a monk class in early WoW and I'm there. And they eventually did, but it like it wasn't the monk I was envisioning.
No, not even a little bit. I'm very disappointed with how they put that into the game, and they still haven't done bards, which is still so head scratching for me.
Og Booker.
But yeah, it's. I think the aura vibe, especially with the stances and stuff, is very Avatar: Last Airbender, that's sick. Like that's what an awesome
Jesse's favorite.
Like that's such an awesome like character fantasy to want to go play.
Zuko! Sorry.
Yeah, that's best.
Is it the M. Night Shyamalan?
Yeah, that's all I've ever
Airbender?
seen.
Is that or the cartoon or the anime, but Western anime one?
Yeah.
It's it looks pretty awesome to me. I feel like this would be like definitely a good solo class, and I mean this seems sick. Like it just seems like an awesome melee DPS.
Good point. I think they're definitely one of the better solo. Like this is not a solo group of characters, like a role. It's like traditionally like you're never going to solo as a rogue. The other ones are more difficult.
You can't say you would never, but it would be a lot more
on
difficult.
A Beastmaster.
Well, what I'm saying is like Monk and Beastmaster sort of like are the exception to that rule. They can actually solo pretty effectively, with Beastmaster obviously being the better option there. But
fair,
pretty good class. They look cool. The epic in EverQuest was the most understated, but also the coolest thing. Just had like these little symbols glowing around the fists, which was just so cool.
Dope.
It's just too
Yep.
cool.
And I think that overall, if you're, and I don't think we mentioned this because you have AoE interrupts, but I think the stun is an important distinction there. Like they have an AoE stun, which is not just an interrupt. It is a get out of it. It is an oh shit too. Like you can help save a party in that moment. So a key stun with your wind stance is like you can have some real cool emergency situation moments. But yeah, I think if you're going to want to put out consistent DPS, consistency is the name of the game. You're not going to be flashy, but you're going to be loved for the rhythm and stability that you bring. You're going to have good pull control, decent survivability. I would put them in the chunkier survivability category because of Earth Stance. They're leatherwares, but they do have the Earth Stance. You're gonna have the chance to shine in a very what is an unflashy, but you're gonna be the steak, not the sizzle, and that's okay. There's a place for that.
Yeah. So that's the monk. I hope they get to wear robes because it's just cool seeing a melee in a robe. It's just cool.
A leather robe.
You picking this is the most important thing. You picking
this is
class?
like top 3 for me. Like it's gonna be. It's in my top 3.
So it's wizard.
It's wizard, monk.
Wizard, monk. Yeah.
Those are top 3. In before he picks ranger. I can't wait till you pick cleric or some shit. Like it's gonna just devastate us, devastate our headcanon.
It's all just a ruse to play cleric again. I can say with 100% certainty I'm not playing a cleric.
Okay, good.
Beastmaster. Chris, walk us through Beastmaster.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Beastmaster, dude. This is the class I want. This is the class I want, man. Like this is like my high school girlfriend that you see 10 years. I never had a real like girlfriend that I would, so like my wife won't get mad at this analogy, but this is like the high school girlfriend, the one that got away, and you see them 10 years later and you're like, oh, I really want that. She's
with her family, like she's on like
I want that life.
She's online for the Santa Claus. You see her like stunning husband.
Her just Jack chiseled Chris.
Who looks just
Chad
like
Hemsworth.
you, but just better.
Chad Hemsworth.
Yeah.
He looks like you if you got in shape.
He looks like me if I cared about myself and didn't eat Italian dressing clad turkey sandwiches casually. I think I fucking want Beastmaster so bad. It just never works out the way that my playstyle demands. And I think that or like my playstyle calls for, like the things that I like about having a playstyle. And I think like the key that I love is like the thought of going through fucking really hard big world, rock hard big world, is
Just shoving yourself into it.
just jamming into that big world. And like doing that with a fucking beast companion, like being the fucking Blizzard World of Warcraft vanilla opening of like dwarf with a gun with his bear buddy in the wilderness is such a fucking amazing archetype that calls to me in every level. But like it always feels too damagey and not like, I just want more utility and support. But we'll get into this. The Beastmaster does have a little bit of that support, which I was like, oh, maybe I could be a Beastmaster. I think the key thing that you kind of identify here, Jesse, is like spell casting is big. There's Shaman Light, and I will emphasize Shaman Light. When I played Beastmaster, it felt a little bit even underwhelming at times. The point is like, why do I have these spells? I'll be honest. But I think the one thing that they had that I fought for, and Devs doesn't listen to me, but I was like, Pack of the Predator. They took Pack of the Predator. It was like one unique aura. It was a cool little like paladin style aura that Beastmaster's got, and they took it away and they gave it to Ranger. And I was like, what the fuck? Ranger has such an identity. I'm like, that was a cool Beastmaster like identity thing that felt shaman-y but wasn't a shaman thing, and we brought something different to the table, and they gave it back to them, which is awesome. So you get Pack of the Predator, which is going to be an offense aura, which is nice for the group. What what are we laughing at?
That's
the comment.
One of our top listeners just noticing the size of this man's loincloth.
He does have a long loincloth.
Necessary.
Covered up the goods there.
Necessary.
They have the haste. They have Savage Spirit, and you have your pets, which is super cool. You're gonna have a pet provoke, or a taunt rather. You are unmitigatedly cool when it comes to anything beast related. So if you're fighting a beast or you want to like have your pet do cool shit, that's like the headcanon there. So I think you're going to have group support, which is kind of a cool thing with your offense aura. You have flexible pet utility. You're going to have really strong solo survivability because you got your pet bro.
Best. Yeah, they're the best melee DPS like solo for sure.
And like I think that you are going to have, if you are in this role, you probably are cool being a loner at times, and you're okay with that. You're cool with the flexibility of like, I don't need a person. I can go kind of jam on my own. And the aura that you're bringing in, man, is like, I feel like on some level, a lot of people are going to want to be you, especially if they get like the kill command thing down, or like they make the pet bro feel like a real pet bro. There's not a person in the game that doesn't want a cool fucking pet that does like that actually modifies gameplay. I think they're going to have that FOMO of not being a Beastmaster. But that's kind of my dissertation on Beastmaster overview. What do you guys think?
My only question with this class, because it does sound fun to play alone, is if I'm out in a group and there's like a Beastmaster out there, I don't think to myself like, oh, we need to bring that guy in. Like, what does the Beastmaster add to the group? That would be my big question.
Loincloth.
I don't really know. Like it seems like it's a cool class fantasy to play.
Yeah, like what would
solo.
make you choose a Beastmaster over another melee DPS? Is that the question? Because obviously, if you have a 4-person group and he's just there, like you're not gonna be like, no, get out of here, Beastmaster.
Yeah, right. It's more like, because the way that I normally play MMOs is like I want to be useful. I want to be something that like a party definitely needs. I don't see this as like a class that's like, yeah, let's find a Beastmaster, otherwise we can't go. Like, that doesn't seem like they really bring anything crazy.
They are. Go ahead.
Well, I will say, they got haste. They got so. That's pretty big. Like, if you don't have a shaman or a chanter, you want an extra 20-25% damage for your melee, you got yourself a Beastmaster.
Right.
Yeah, he's bringing the heat for that.
Like, if you don't have a good class, you can.
If you don't have any of the good classes,
you can take.
But here's the thing.
Beastmaster.
Here is my limited Beastmaster experience. So my headcanon was like, I'm bringing So and Haste as a DPS, which feels fucking awesome. Like I feel very useful. 66.6% of the healers in the game are going to do that better.
Yeah.
And every time I get in a party, well, I guess not haste. 33.3% of the healers will do the haste. But I think the key for me was like every time I was like, I'm bringing So. They're like, no, you're fucking not, dude. Like, so I think I'm almost of the mindset that having So is important, but like view that as a solo utility thing where you don't have to rely on folks versus like a thing you're going to bring to the group. Cause I don't think that's an expectation a group's going to have from you.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. That's it's a lot of it's buffs that are nice to have that you would want, that you can give yourself. So it just kind of reinforces that this is more of like a solo-y type of class, like a lone wolfy type of class. So that's I guess that would be what steers me away from it personally. I mean, if that's like your play style or like you think you're going to be soloing most of the time, this sounds like a great class to play. But if you plan on doing like a lot of grouping and stuff like that, like I feel like there are just better options.
Yes, and Ghastly, great name by the way, Ghastly96 in the chat, mentioned this, and I do want to stress they do get heals. Their heals are dog water, but where they shine, yeah, where they shine is downtime, right? Like, you're every little bit helps, and because you are a melee class primarily, a martial class primarily, your mana pool isn't really in demand, so you can just spot heal folks pretty regularly and not worry about like, hey, I'm dumping mana. And all it does is take pressure off the healer, which is fucking huge. And it does keep tempo. So I think groups will, it's not expected. I wouldn't put this in like an expected scenario, but like that is something that you can like add to the pitch on like why you'd bring a Beastmaster. You're going to smooth downtime.
It's a resource-free bandage other than their mana. Like it's not taking cloth bandages. I think that's right.
It's better than nothing for sure.
Yeah,
and
it's A tier DPS. So it's not S tier, but it's A tier DPS with like a pet. So if things are going wrong, like I think you know what, there might be a real skill ceiling for Beastmasters in that you know when one is really good, because if something goes wrong, they'll be able to like flick pet taunt on real quick, make him like run away from the group. And like while everyone sort of escapes, like they may be able to save a life with their pet. They'll be able to do really, I think, clever things with pet off tanking to like if you don't have a good enchanter there or like any other sort of CC class, you'll be able to they'll be able to like be a differentiator there in a way that like a monk couldn't do, well maybe not, but in a way a rogue couldn't do. So I think there could be some real like skill expression with Beastmasters, but they'll probably be one of the most common melee DPS because they'll be very solo friendly.
Yeah.
And everyone is in their 40s.
Yeah, makes sense.
And if you ain't no life in this game, then you're low life in this game.
You are behind.
If you ain't no life in your low life, put that on a shirt, Jesse. That's a good one.
If you ain't no life in your low life,
buddy.
I like that. That's clever.
But yeah, I think that getting haste, to be clear, getting haste is a big
huge,
deal,
man.
like
it's
having
huge.
haste as a melee, because like it's a self buff too. That's just you're guaranteed to what, double if not triple your output.
No,
guaranteed.
No, you won't do that. You'll get like a 20% bump. It's like, it's not, could even be a boat.
It's,
like,
well, it's
like
55. Yeah, it's 55% at like 48. I
okay,
think,
yeah. So that's massive.
That's pretty big, man. Like,
That's
and
big.
you're bringing that for yourself too. So like, even if the numbers aren't there, out of the gate, like you're gonna ramp up with that haste ability.
I think they do have a slow. I think they do have a slow. I saw that in the Discord today.
I'm checking.
Check the I'm pretty sure they have a slow because someone was not complaining. There was a very articulate Inquisitor post because I'm hot on the Inquisitor boards.
Yeah.
Because there's an Inquisitor post said, give Inquisitor gate. And I'm like, no, give Spellblade gate, you pleb. But anyway.
Inquisitor.
It was like, there was a really good post there. Like, I was wrong. This guy saying, like, I advocated for these abilities being given to Inquisitor. They were. And he's like, thank you for doing this, but I was wrong. We actually need X and Y. I think he needed the enfeeble, like debuff, and a slow. And people were saying, yeah, it's weird that Beastmaster gets a slow, but Inquisitor doesn't. And I was like, that's not weird, but whatever. Long story short, Beastmaster gets slow. Pretty sure they do.
Sure. Well, not maybe not true. But.
Not that I'm seeing, at least not on the wiki.
Oh my god! Really?
I see the haste, but I do not see the slow.
I don't think slow is confirmed on that end.
Yeah,
go ahead. They are outside of beasts. Their kit is primarily damagey, and then self buffy or party buffy. But I don't think they have a ton of CC that they're bringing in.
I don't know the answer to the question. They do get Enduring
Breath, though, I think, as of now, which is kind of cool.
That's cool.
Breathe underwater.
That's nice.
Fun little flavor.
Nice.
I think the thing...
Are you playing this class, dude? Are you playing this class?
I would love to, but no, not right now. And I think the key thing, and this is worth saying out loud, is I think Beastmaster has and still is going through a period of reinvention and or evolution on the dev side, such that we don't really know where this is going to land confidently yet. I think they're going the route of kind of Beastmaster Hunter, kill command. Your pets are going to be a symbiotic relationship with you and a big part of your kit, more than they might be currently, but I think they're leaning that way. And then I think with the taming system, they've alluded to your pets bringing different things depending on the pet, which I think is really fucking cool if they do that. But that's an if, and right now in their current state, I love the headcanon of them. I do. I would love to be a Beastmaster. It was what I rolled first when I started on the opens. But at the end of the day, I was like, I just feel like I'm doing damage. The damage is respectable.
Your real view on Melee DPS is coming out. What's wrong with them? Like
it's not wrong. It's just like I want to bring something to the group that's not damage numbers. Straight up. End of sentence. I don't see the value in just my personal. I don't like my impact to only be damage numbers because that's just not what makes me excited.
But I mean, it seems like, especially with this class, that you're bringing way more than that. There's a lot of utility you're bringing, and you do big number. So it's por qué no los dos?
So you rolling Beastmaster then, Pat?
No, of course not. I'm doing Inquisitor.
All right, we got a few more classes to go, and we're already burnt. We're burning daylight.
Let's do it.
Let's.
Are you picking Beastmaster, Jesse? You were threatening Beastmaster, and I say threatening because it felt like a threat because you have every class represented on your board.
It doesn't speak to my heart. It doesn't speak to my heart.
Why?
It just looks stupid to me.
Is it the loincloth?
No, seeing them in the game, they have like this swarm ability. It's like, oh, I've got 3 rats like doing my attacks for me. It's like whenever I see a Beastmaster, I'm like,
get ready.
And I say like, go away. I want to say go away. I don't want your pet bringing aggro to my group because it's gonna do that. Like if I jump down a path, the pet's going to be like, we want me to go that way, master? And it's going to run like the long way around.
Yeah.
And the Beastmaster's going to say like, where's my pet? And everyone's going to look around and be like, bro, where's your pet? And he's like, dismiss isn't working. Dismiss isn't working. Yeah. And everyone is going to see a railroad track.
Yeah, the train.
Full of bad things. That's going to happen. It's going to happen.
I think it's any pet class has that risk. Though.
I don't want it to be me.
That's Telltale classic WoW right there.
Yeah. So not looking to live that life.
With Beastmaster, we did not talk about Swarm real fast. It was just 1 second. I think hold the fuck on. I didn't say advance. For the Swarm ability, I will say, if I was playing Beastmaster, Swarm is like literally 3 more health bars pop up on your screen, and it's your pet bros, and they last for a limited time, and they slap stuff, and then they go away. It is very cool headcanon to be like, oh yeah, I got my rat boys coming to like peck monsters to death. In a party, it's a fucking nightmare. It's a fucking nightmare. As a healer, there's 17 fucking more health bars.
Yeah.
We had 3 Beastmasters in the thing, and like my health bars were off the fucking screen. I had to like drag the shit up because I'm like, what is happening here? And they're like, oh, and if they don't rename their pet, like you gotta, if you're rolling Beastmaster, fucking your game is managing your pet names and shit, because if you just have a thing that's like a wolf pet, I have no idea who the fuck I'm healing. I have no idea if it's a swarm pet or if it's a thing that's going to go away in 30 seconds or if it's like something that's out that I need to keep up. So like do a service to your group and name your pets, because good gravy, there's just infinite health bars.
All right. Pro tip. Name your pets. Moving on to Spellblade. I'm gonna be honest, not hot on Spellblade. Spellblade is another Melee DPS. They are a spellcasting hybrid. I think the closest thing you can say about them is that they're a hybrid between a wizard and a rogue.
It's like an arcane
So they wear
trickster.
leather. Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. They wear leather. They wield bladed weapons. I think all like weapons are sort of game for them. So I know like the art here is showing them like tool wielding, and like that's like the headcanon for me. But plenty of Spellblades use two-handed weapons. They do, so they get all the arcane spells like invis and stuff like that. They do weapon infusions, which is essentially the whole class. Like let's not kid ourselves. They enchant their weapons to produce procs, which go for just gangbuster level damage. And like you're just hoping for procs. And I don't want to talk about like the tests and things like that, but in like the public tests, the highest level Spellblades are like they are just like leading the way in terms of DPS, but apparently it's like it's a very boring type of gameplay getting there.
It sounds so cool.
They do, so like it's not like I'm down on them. They do have Shadow Rift, which makes them teleport like behind a bad guy.
That's awesome.
That's cool. That's cool.
That is really
Tripping
awesome.
with flavor.
That's cool. Right.
So it sounds like they have the capability of doing a ton of burst damage, but they don't really. You're not really doing reliable. It. You're just kind of hoping that it happens.
Yeah.
Can we?
I guess it's like a backstab. You're not pressing the button for it. It just like happens like equivalent. Right. But go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
No. I so correct me if I'm wrong here. I'm going to say a statement and you'd be like, that's fucking dumb and you're way off. Wizard right now currently plays like a Final Fantasy 14 red mage, where
Wizard
they go up,
plays like
they
red
do
mage.
stabbies, and then that fuels like potential nukes, and they get like buffs that they can then use to cast. Is that accurate?
No, that's not accurate.
Okay.
Wizard Melee, the original vision for it was Gandalf. And I think that's like, I like elaborated on my thoughts on why Gandalf's power is not spellcasting. It's the ability to inspire others in the Discord. Hold on, let me put some music on for this. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's get get the spotlight on him.
In Monsters and Memories, the initial tests had a wizard meleeing, and if they did it 5 times, each of them put a stack on for like a 3% stacking buff. So like at the end of it, and I'm getting this all wrong, but like the bad guys would take 20% more magical damage.
Yeah,
right?
That's like red mage. So you're meleeing to beef up and to get procs that will empower your ranged abilities.
Red mage was like, but like red mage, you just filled a bar. You like refilled your like magic.
Sorry, yes, I'm talking thematically more so than actual gameplay. Okay. That's dumb of me.
Right.
But yeah, like thematically, you want to go in and melee, and then you want to drop back to cast because you are for whatever reason incentivized to do so.
Yes.
That for me should be Spellblade. That's my vibe. And
I agree.
Story.
It sounds like that's what it is. Is it not?
It's not. Spellblade doesn't do that.
They don't go in, put up some stacks, and then nuke stuff?
No. Casting is, I mean, maybe our chat can
I don't know. That's what Ghastly says.
But like casting as a Spellblade to do damage is like a waste of time.
Well, they're more like weapon buff enchanty type folks.
According to Ghastly, he says you put on a Maelstrom weapon, you proc it 5 times, and then you can instant cast a big old nuke.
That is very red magey. So that's very strange.
All
yeah,
right.
that's like such a that is legit red magey.
That's why we got it.
Okay.
You get the Diablo 2 level up noise, Ghastly. Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
My big problem with them, they don't get gate.
Oh, here we go. He's gonna get.
I need
Please,
everyone
no
in the
one
chat to go on the
attack
Discord right
Jesse.
now
Just give
and
them a
say
gate.
they should get gate in
Is
a
that-
way that
would you play
Rangers
one?
shouldn't. We're gonna get to Ranger. They don't need gate. Spellblades need gate.
Does that
The
push it to
hash-
number 1 for you if it gets a gate?
I don't know. Like probably not. Like I don't like the. I mean, they just like again. It's just not
Why do you want them to get the gate so bad if you're not even going to play it?
because it's cool. It's cool.
Thematically, it's cool. I guess it'd be pretty helpful. I mean, I honestly, I think that's cool. It sounds like Gasly put it down as like the Maelstrom weapon, which is more of like it's a WoW thing. So like you'll get a certain amount of the stacks of it, and then once you hit 5, like each stack reduces the cast time of your spell, and then when you hit 5, it's 100%. So you can just nuke, that's pretty awesome.
That's cool. I'm into that. I guess.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, unstable barrier is another big thing they get. So let's.
Well, I think unstable barrier. So
Let's
okay,
poker face a little bit
Go-
here,
go.
guys. I feel like we're kind of being Debbie Downers about the Spellblade. That's not what this. We're not a ranking.
Yeah, come on,
show.
we're better than this.
We're not ranking it, but we're choosing your main.
We're choosing our main, but being like, yeah, we brought every class brings to the table. Fuck Spellblade.
Well, they do the most damage right now. If you want to be the min
They're
maxer,
very-
bring a Spellblade.
Yeah, Spellblades. Spellblade
Sounds pretty awesome to me.
Bringing the heat. I think the big thing is like unstable barrier is a big thing. They got a little bit of I'll say like dubious tankiness. Like they
Yeah.
like if we're gonna say monk can be tanky, then Spellblade also can be tanky by that rule. Unstable barrier is big. I think the big thing is that as you get hit, you can gain up to 5 stacks. And the unstable energy buff grants you melee and spell damage per stack. So you're trying to get hit. But I think the key there is it's proc based. So it's you can't build around it. It's very like nice to have, not I can predict what damage output I'm going to have based on this, which just kind of makes it tough.
And I could see the tank being like, can you stop taunting? Can you please stop taunting? Like, I'm trying to hold aggro here. And the Spellblade's like, hit me, do it.
Flourishing, our resident SME in all things Monsters and Memories, has said on record, if Spellblade has barrier online, they are bis tank.
Yeah, I have to imagine that's not going to last. Like, it's not going to last. Like, that's not going to make it into release.
I'm thinking back to last episode or a couple episodes back where Jesse, you said if you're tanking on a Spellblade, you're quote fucking stupid. And I'm just wondering like what your thoughts are on that with Flourishing saying that.
This running bit is going to get me like imprisoned in the community.
I heard it.
Yeah, sure, man. Make a Spellblade.
Give us tank, fucking full send it.
Give him tank. Yeah, Pat, you want to play tank, right? Be a Spellblade.
Okay, I'm in. I'm Spellblade.
Tank.
You want to be a BS? Yeah.
In before we're 3 Spellblades.
I'll tell you what. You know what? I have an internal bias against them because they weren't in EverQuest, and I don't know what they look, and I don't know what they feel like, and like it's hard to know. I'm only really hot on Monk. I'm only really hot on the classes I saw from EverQuest because I like can aspire to what the cool guys, the guys I can still name from 25 years ago on my server, are like the top players of those classes. And I don't have that for things like Beastmaster because Beastmaster came late to EverQuest. It only came with the 4th expansion. And I always thought they were nerdy because they had these little pets. They had these tiny little pets. And it was like, oh, why bring this tiny crocodile here? Like, what are you doing? And Spellblade is like totally out of the box. So I leave it to the Spellblade community to show up. And I really hope they get a really cool epic that shouldn't be a lightsaber because hopefully Inquisitor gets something like a lightsaber.
That would be cool.
Hopefully Spellblade gets something really cool. And I go, you know what? Now I see it.
It's funny
Now
that you say that that part of what turns you off about them is because you don't have any other thing to really compare it to, which is like that's why Inquisitor stood out so much for me, is because like that sounds so thematically cool and I've never heard of anything like that. I've never played anything even similar to that in another game, and that's what drew me to them in the first place. Like I could play a warrior, I could play a fighter, I played shaman. These all are things that thematically I know exactly what they are. Inquisitor to me is something that was brand new, and I was like, that's badass. I want to do that.
What's the cooldown on Unstable Barrier, Pantheon, or Flourishing, rather? I'll call you by your government name. I'm just curious on what the cooldown is on Unstable Barrier. If they have that up and they're like this tank, that's pretty cool. I do think like this class has such potential. It is dripping with flavor, man. Shadow Rift is so fucking cool. It has invis. It has like some pretty fun thematic items. Yeah, the magic protection, like it has a root, which, you know,
it's important.
It has a root.
That's big. Yeah, roots are not.
It
like,
is.
That's a big CC. Like that can be your CC
for melee for sure. Yeah, it's fucking huge. Yeah, like there's a lot of, and they have spell shield, right, which is like a big old HP AC buff. Like, yeah, they seem like they have a lot of potential. It feels like they're like Beastmaster. They just have kind of a like identity crisis, and the identity crisis is not that they aren't awesome, where like Beastmaster feels a little bit like thematically like it's still cooking. This feels like it's stripping thematically. I think the key is like it's just so volatile.
Yeah, mechanically.
And it has a lot of complexity.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very volatile, and I think like the community still has to learn a lot on how to play it, or they need to like simplify some certain things or make things more predictable in certain cases.
Yeah, it doesn't seem it seems like you're putting like an enchantment on your weapon and you're just waiting for it to proc, but there's nothing that you can do to increase the proc chance. You're just kind of waiting for it. So like that's like a little, I don't want to say lame, because like I'm sure when it happens it's fucking magical. It's like, you know, like Whirlwind from WoW, when you're like, yeah, it might not hit, but when it does, my God, does that feel good. So it could be something as cool as that, but like I don't know if it's a complexity thing. It kind of sounds like it's more on the boring side because there's less buttons to push and more just waiting for the magic to happen.
So here's the thing. When we're talking about like player type aura check, I think the person that plays this is
Epstein type.
Jesse on record saying that. We'll talk about that next week when I bring it up. I think the person that plays this is like a Timmy. It's like, I don't know if you're familiar with like the Magic the Gathering card psychographics, but there's Timmy, Johnny, and Spike. Spike is like meta player, wants to win, will play whatever is the meta thing to win. Timmy is like, I win my way, and is creative and wants to like go meta breaker and try to like reset, like create their own way to win. A Johnny is like, I will play to get the biggest moment, and I will lose 8 games to win the 9th and 10th games in spectacular fashion. And I think that the players who play this are going to be the Johnny type, who are like, you're going to have your spectacular moment. It might be fleeting because of how complex it is and how unpredictable it could be, but man, when it comes together, you're going to fucking feel like the John Hamm meme of him like dancing back and forth. So I think that's the type of player who wants to play a Spellblade in its current state.
I don't think you're wrong, and I think if you don't want to be a puller, they don't sound like really ideal for pulling. In the same way, well, yeah, that like they just sound like they're waiting for you. They're just waiting there to hit things.
Just chilling.
So, just chilling. All right, let's move it on.
You picking it, Jesse?
Yeah.
I mean, look, there's an outside chance I pick anything.
So,
all right, that makes things easy for our blind reveal.
Rogue. All right, let's talk about Rogue. So, Rogue's really cool. Next class, Ranger. Rogue. This is your archetypical stealthy class. Your daggers, your short swords class. They rely on stealth to get around, so you always have a mobs can't see me button built in. There's no there's no mana cast to it, and it's obviously instant. They're the only class in the game that has an evade, which means like in combat, I'm not sure if this works for Monster Memories, but in EverQuest you had to turn off auto attack. You hit your your sneak and then your hide, and you dropped aggro. Like you lowered the aggro. You lowered yourself in the aggro table of the bad guy, which is very necessary because sometimes your backstab would just put you right at the top of it. So you sort of had to have that figured out. But what's really neat is they've added a bunch of classic WoW rogue to EverQuest rogue. Gave them stuff like a sap, basically incapacitate, uppercut to stun mobs for a period of time, to stun them for like a long period of time, so that you could sort of bring another one back. They'll probably be pretty good pullers because of that. Sprint as well, another classic WoW rogue ability, just the ability to like book it, like when you gotta book it. And Vial of Smoke, like I was talking about before, this is sort of a longer cooldown. I don't want to call it a feigned death competitor, but it's like, oh shit, everything's going bad. I go instant invis and I drop off everyone's attack table. And now everyone in the group dies. I'm alive. I'm hidden. We're good. I'm just going to start dragging bodies to the entrance and we'll start recovering. All right. That's pretty neat. Last thing I'll mention is poisons. So poisons were a thing in EverQuest, but they were generally pretty cost prohibitive, and it just sort of didn't make sense. As far as I understand it, they are not yet implemented in the actual game itself of Monsters and Memories, but it does sound like they're trying to make it not a necessary part of the gameplay, but that you'd be leaving things off the table if you weren't engaging with the sort of poison minigame. So that means you're going to be mandatory sort of, crafting, collecting resources, leaves, or whatever the fuck is going to be necessary for poisons, and like combining them and with mortars and pestles and things like that. There'll be a failure chance, blah, 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 blah. But I'm sure there'll be a variety of effects you could apply. Probably offensively. I doubt there would be like defensive ones. Like I doubt you could put a poison on that'll like give you more like dodge chance. But obviously you'll be able to do more DPS with them. Maybe you'll be able to like slow their cast times down. I don't know. But poisons will sort of be in there and be a sort of an ongoing concern for rogues. What you guys' thoughts on rogues, Pat? You're on mute there, buddy. You're
muted,
you're
buddy.
taking a big vape dip.
Sorry. So it would happen. Like it sounds a little rough with the poison stuff. It seems like I'm sure that they will have it tuned so that like it's not crazy overpowered, but then that would mean that it's like almost mandatory just for you to keep pace with everybody else, and now it's like an added list of things that you need to do just to stay in step with everyone else, which kind of sucks, but it's class flavor. It goes along with it, so it's kind of comes with the territory. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's just one other thing you have to do to make sure that you're on top of your game. I'm sure that there'll be a lot of variety with it too. Just thinking like how WoW does it with like, there'll be poisons that will, reduce incoming healing on the target. There'll be stuff that slows casting speed. There'll be poisons that will stack and then leave a dot on the target that'll keep going. So, I mean, they're probably going to be way worthwhile to do. It's just going to be a little annoying to do it. But, if you're down to do it, you're going to be pretty awesome. It sounds pretty sick to me. Do they have stuff like lockpicking and shit like that in this game?
I put that to the chat. I would assume they do,
because that's also awesome.
They were the only class with the ability to lockpick, like I was mentioning in a previous video. And that certain parts of a dungeon will be just totally off limits unless you had a rogue,
which is pretty awesome.
Yeah,
very necessary class to bring.
Like that's neat. You feel nice and unneeded, and you're able to explore almost the entire game because you just have an invis button, and you're the only one. It's no cooldown. It'll never break. Instant cast. So long as you don't have aggro, and frankly, because you have Vial of Smoke, that's no longer a thing. So, I remember I leveled a rogue on one of the progression servers on EverQuest in like 08 or 09, and I was like, at that point, I was like, how did I ever live without sneak and hide? Like, how did I play this game? Because you can just go AFK forever.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and you're not worried about anything. Yeah,
you're not worried. Yeah, you're always a rogue.
Sounds
you're always doing damage.
Yeah, it's
what's
pretty
more
awesome.
rogue than that? Just AFKing while your party dies and sneaking out.
Well, the same thing like a monk feign death. Like, but even then, where you think? What's your exposure to rogues, Chris?
So I think rogues are kind of that. They're in that. The community is kind of onboarding to them a little bit because I think they're so drastically different from what I hear them painted as in EverQuest that I think the community is trying to figure out just where their niches are. And I think that it is expanding beyond, to your point, Jesse, beyond what EverQuest was, where like now you're seeing rogues as like, they seem on paper pretty good pullers, like just straight up good pullers in this. And I know that wasn't a thing that you would do in EverQuest typically. But like between SAP, essentially, WoW SAP, Shoot, they have like just their CC monsters. I think it's like some really cool, from what I heard about rogues in EverQuest, where it's like your damage numbers, they bring a lot of group CC that can't be overlooked, to the point where I've run in groups and like, we were in our 20s, so it wasn't like, crazy. But like I've had groups where a shaman, like on my shaman, I was able to debuff enough to where a rogue could tank. And like the way that they can control mobs and like, yeah, obviously you pull responsibly with something that position, but like we got by and it wasn't too scary, and the rogue was able to like CC enough, and between avoidance and stuff, like they can really make themselves deceivingly beefy. And yeah, I think they're a very interesting, I won't say wild card, but like I think they're on the lower end played of classes, but I think they're going to bring a lot more to the table than even the community is like onboarding to realize.
I could see that. Yeah. I mean, they will be S tier damage, the devs have noted. There's 3 classes that they've identified for S tier damage: Rogue, Archer, and Wizard. And that feels good. Feels good to be S tier.
Right.
The type of person playing this class is pretty much straight.
Feels real.
Show me the capital D in DPS.
If you're a min-maxy guy, they're already telling you what the best will be. That's
exactly right. They generally get dark or darker armor. So if you don't want plate mail, because Shadow Knights will be the guys with the dark armor there, then you'll look cool in your dark leather stuff. So that'll be kind of neat in a ninja-y sort of way.
And like outside of Necros, I feel like rogues are premier edgelords.
Shadow Knight, man.
S tier edgelords.
Yeah,
all right, but like
Shadow
those are the
Knight's
undead. Those are the undead boys and girls. We're talking like those are like the goth metal boys and girls. These are like the hipster edgelords.
Do you remember in Skyrim, the Assassin's Guild?
Yeah.
And how disappointing.
Hand, yeah, of course.
How disappointing it was.
I just killed everyone.
Yeah. So I gotta say, Rogue's pretty high on mine. But it's like, if you have a static, hey, we're gonna play 3 nights a week from 6 to 9, 69. It's good to be a rogue. You're always gonna like you're gonna want a rogue just to like just putting out heat the whole time, drama free. But if at any point you're trying to be soloing, it's gonna be tough after like level 10. Like you can't do it. You really can't do it. You just can't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that rogues are, when you're looking for damage numbers, if a group is looking for DPS, I think a rogue is going to be high. A well-played rogue is going to be high up there. Not only because of the damage numbers are going to be more or less guaranteed with the burst that they bring, but they're also going to bring a lot of utility, like a lot of CC that can help when things go awry. And a well-played rogue, I think, will get you out of a lot of jams. And make things a little safer, because the mob control can't be overlooked, dude. SAP is kind of a big deal,
and they totally trivialize corpse runs.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Rogue. Any last thoughts on Rogue before we move to our final, and then we can get into our headspace for our main is right now?
I think the key thing for Rogue is like going back to the Timmy Johnny Spike. This is a spike class. Like this is very much you want to do big number and win game. Rogue is going to be a go-to. That
appeals to a ton of people, man.
I agree.
And against the WoW stereotypical rogue who was the lone guy, like looking to get player kills, hanging out in like Menethil Harbor.
Yeah, right.
This is not that. You're a team player. versus like a solo player. Like if you're doing PvP, and we haven't even talked about PvP at all, we should probably put that on like the list of videos to do.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Oh no.
I'm curious to see how rogues will do in PvP. Obviously, you need to get the jump on people, and they'll be hunting casters. But
yeah, I feel
tough
like it's
road to
gonna be
hoe.
WoW adjacent for sure.
Tough road
If you're a
to hoe.
caster, you're doomed. But yeah, I think I mean, Jesse, are you picking this class? You've picked 3 out of these.
It's top
already,
3. It's top 3 for me.
Okay.
It's top 3.
Can you just remind everyone of your top 3 right now?
Monk, fighter, rogue, ranger, wizard, enchanter, bard.
You love enchanter.
Yeah, bard's up there. Yeah,
It's my
Bard's
top
up
3.
there too.
My top 3. For sure. It's the top 3. Easy.
This is
Easy
gonna be
peasy.
a fucking nightmare trying to form a static with blind reveal, and we have to make it work.
It's gonna be good. Make it work.
It's gonna be a fucking nightmare.
Let's talk about ranger. Ranger is, I don't know, someone else introduce some ranger. Just make things up. Just talk about ranger.
so
Pat, take it.
yeah, no problem. Ranger is he's a guy, right? Like, and if you've seen this guy, then you know him. Like, you know him when you see him because that's who he is.
In his heart.
I believe Jesse defined their class fantasy as being cucked.
In a good way. In a consensual way.
So Ranger for me is like a mix between a druid and an archer, right? And I would think it's more along the lines of like a hunter from WoW, but I'm being told that this is not at all what this class is going to be in Monsters and Memories.
It's one of the only classes that's a mix of 3. It's druid, fighter, archer.
So it's more melee than range, which to me is crazy. He's holding a bow and arrow. What does he even
holding
need
a
it
bow
for?
and arrow. What's he doing? I mean, this sort of goes back to the arc, like the Legolas versus Aragorn thing. It's like, which of them is the true ranger? You know, Aragorn's up there with the sword. He's got Andoril swinging that thing around. Meanwhile, Legolas is back there with the bow, just sliding down Oliphants, and doing that kind of stuff.
Way to minimize the coolest parts of the entire movie.
I'm not. He's sliding on the shield. He's surfing. He's cool. He's a very cool guy. He's dreamy. But this is the dual nature of the ranger, and I think this sort of speaks very well to the role they'll play, because they're gonna plug a gap that needs plugging in a group. So not to like minimize the ranger, because it's top 3 for me. They are one of 2 classes. So they are a chain based DPS class. They are one of 2 classes, along with archer, that have auto shot with ranged weapons, meaning if they have a bow on, they just hit auto attack and it'll automatically attack. Versus a fighter with a bow, they'll have to sort of individually hit that button each time. And then when the mob moves into range, they will instantly transition to fighting with their melee equipped weapons. So they have sort of a two track like physical DPS perspective. They have druidic spell casting, meaning that they get the druid spell line. So they get things like thorns, they get things like obviously heals, they get things like ensnare, root. They obviously get pacify and lulls and things like that. And what that does is essentially, if there's a pack of 3 or 4 bad guys, you cast that spell on one of those bad guys, you shoot the other bad guy, and the guy you cast the spell on doesn't aggro. So they're probably, frankly, I think they're gonna eat the lunch of the monk in terms of pulling ability because of that.
Interesting.
That's
very. Because they can also do it from range too. So,
but it's a Porcanulus Dos situation. Like, I think, like, there will be, I think obviously I don't know if this is fair to say, but I would think hybrid classes are going to be more represented than niche classes on average. Is that accurate? Like ranger might be more played than monk.
I don't know.
Or rogue.
Well, so like, I mean, I needed to like alter the format of these silly slides because there's just so much they can do. They can snare and root. They can sow big. They have this insta button called Shroud, which they never had in EverQuest. You just hit it and you're instantly invis. Now it can break. and wear off, but still, like, that's a hell of a thing.
Yep.
They also are getting, and I think this is public, elemental arrows and elemental
Arrows, yeah. That was
and
last
elemental
open.
melee abilities as well, which is essentially like a watered down version of what Spellblade gets. So
Yeah.
enchant your weapons and it'll do a proc for damage.
Yep. And Unity is dope. Outdoor only.
Good call.
That's a big thing. But I think the key there, I think the type of player that wants to play a ranger, Jesse, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm describing you here, is you value being a Swiss Army knife. You value having answers versus raw power. You enjoy safety, control, and recovery from and answers to those things versus output. And you're comfortable being underrated but clutch.
Yeah, I think that's well put.
And like you're going to be doing 5 small but useful things instead of one big flashy thing. You're going to be like putting down the cool fucking campfire, which is very thematic, and helping your party with a longer campfire thing and helping with the log runs and everything like that, and keeping downtime up. Uptime up or downtime not up. And you're going to be doing, you're going to be throwing a root out. You're going to be doing a little bit of damage. You can off tank. Ranger kite tanking is legit. Like we ran that for a lot of things, and it was great. Like with the snare and with them pumping, you could just not take damage at all and pull responsibly, and you're fine. If your tank leaves, your group doesn't stop. You know, like that's kind of a big deal.
Yep. You can solo decently because you can do that. You can snare and bow. It's slow because that bow attack is not. It's slow, and like there are misses just like with melee attacks.
Mm-hmm.
That must get better as you level up, but oh yeah, and they stole the Beastmaster Predator aura, which is great for them, which is an attack buff for everybody. So I don't know, man. It's a sort of and we haven't even mentioned tracking. They have tracking.
Tracking is going to be very, very, very useful.
Huge. It's tremendous if in any zone, but frankly in an outdoor zone, if your buddy needs this random spawn that may wander, and because Monsters Memories, the zones are huge. They're
fucking massive.
They're 5 times bigger than your standard EverQuest zone. So that means it's going to be a lot more difficult for people to find those rare spawn that they need for this or that quest. Get a ranger, he'll just like zip you to him. Like he'll go right to it, right?
That's pretty awesome. Very
100%.
cool. Very cool class fantasy too.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm speaking off the cuff here, and I'll take whatever tomatoes get thrown at me for this. The nature folks and the undead folks are oozing with class fantasy, and they just nail it in this game. And everything else is a tier below. So that means druid, and that means ranger. Like you're gonna feel like a fucking druid and ranger 100% of the game. And in combat, out of combat, you're gonna have stuff you can do that is just on point for your class fantasy. Someone's gonna literally ask you as a ranger to help them track a thing, and you're gonna go out there. You're gonna go, "There's a boss on the wind."
Yeah. It's the way
and
that
like
yeah.
It's just cool.
Smell
And like
his
undead,
fingers.
like
Well,
it was more like
he's gonna be like 2 fingers tight. No, sorry, I can't keep it PG.
I meant like it was a pinch of dirt, but
Smells like you could use a shower, Stinky.
I just like dude, and this is the necro thing. Like I would never play a fucking DPS class. All roads lead back to necro for me. I would never play a DPS class, but they're so thematically fucking cool, and the shit that they can do is so fucking necro-y in 100% of the game between like summoning corpses and unholy bulwark and stuff. I was like, this just feels fucking awesome. And like every time druid and ranger call to me in those types of ways where I'm like, 100% of the game that you're playing in combat, out of combat, you feel fucking cool. Enchanter, I'll give an honorable mention because like their enchants and like the ability to interface with crafting is very cool too, but like these guys just get it.
Yeah,
I'll give you
it's
that.
there's definitely something to be said about like you're playing a ranger and you really, really feel like a fucking ranger. Like that's very cool.
I'll tell you what, I was playing one recently, and I was like, oh, I gotta find this like random guy for this quest, and then I like forgot I had track, and I like for the first 10 minutes because like there's no map in the game, which is wonderful. The friction is the point. It does make you learn the cities and stuff like that. But at times you're like, just tell me where the guy is. And like with tracking, you just click the button, you hit track, and it tells like he is ahead of you. He is ahead to your left. It doesn't like put like an arrow to them, and it doesn't put an indicator over their head, but it just tells you like where you sit in relation to them. They are ahead and to the left. They are straight ahead of you. They're behind you. So it like made I like it was like one of those ranger moments, in the way that like D&D can't even do. Like if you're a
Yeah.
ranger and you're like, oh, I'm gonna help explore. Like all you're doing is just like skipping a part of the game, like basically, you're just trivializing a part of the game. But in this, when you're like in 3D space, you sort of need that, right? So yeah, it's very attractive. I think. Go ahead. I hear you pulling in breath. Go ahead.
Was that to me?
Is that you? That was you. Yeah.
No, I go that that meme. The one thing we didn't talk about that they do get as of the wiki, and I don't remember last open, but wolf form. They get a travel form too.
That's
That's
pretty
fucking
badass.
cool, man.
Yeah.
That's kind of a big deal, man. Like
Do they need
they're
it?
just
It
what?
gives you increased speed.
Is that like because they have already? Does that like does that mean like it works indoors too?
In EverQuest?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
no, it shouldn't.
Well, shapeshift. Yeah, shapeshift. You can shapeshift.
That's what I meant. So the
anytime.
shapeshift indoor would
So can
give you that speed indoors.
Chat, keep me honest. In EverQuest, it was effectively the same. You could not turn into a wolf, indoors because it came with the movement speed. It also comes with an inherent attack buff, Pat.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So, but I don't know in Monsters and Memories. Like, I would be surprised, frankly. Really, in this game, like they're limiting your ability to move around in dungeons quickly, like full stop. So it would be surprising to me.
To Bear's point, they do get a lot. The key is a lot of that. What they lose in trade off with that is like they're not going to be sexy damage numbers. They're not going to be good at healing. They're not going to be as potent as a druid. They're not going to be as potent as any specialist in these categories, but they'll have a lot of it, if not all of it, in some flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, answers over flashiness, right? Like they will have answers for many, most if not all situations. The key is they won't be as potent as anything that's specialized.
And one of the I sort of count against it, because if you want more damage, there are better choices. If you want a better tank, there are better choices.
It's like a jack of all trades, master of none situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is cool. But yeah, I don't think I would want to. Personally, I don't think I would want to do that. I would, if I need something tracked, I'll just find a ranger and ask him. But I don't think I would do that myself. However, I can't deny that it sounds awesome. Like it sounds really cool to play, and thematically, like I said, you feel like a ranger because they do it right, and it sounds awesome.
Yeah.
But I think if you're playing a low volume static, like a 3-man group like us, a ranger is very useful in that situation. Like people who can cover bases are exactly what you want in that type of scenario.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
You picking ranger, buddy?
Top 3.
One of the top 3.
For sure, man. Top 3.
Everything's top 3.
Yeah.
Top 3, dude. Well, we're sort of through the classes. I will be honest and say, like, again, like this is the role that I will most likely be playing as. And really it's between monk and ranger for me.
They both sound awesome. I think monk sounds, personally, I think it sounds slightly better, but I can see either way, and they both sound pretty damn cool.
I'll tell you why monk is like an extra little thing. Is because if you're playing an inquisitor, or if there is another like blade using class, then you will get every like sword drop, or like that. There'll be like less competition because a monk can't compete for that. And like Monk sort of like rolls up, and their fists are pretty good in this game. Like all things, I'm sorry, let me back up a little bit. In our request, Monk's fists were good to a point, and then they relied on weapons, and they had to be like blunt weapons in order to do that. The nice thing was that there was like a plethora, however you want to say it. I believe it's plethora of options for Monk weapons, but you were never competing against the tank in your group for a good drop or the ranger in your group for a good drop. So it was kind of nice, like, you know,
Yeah.
like there was never any of that like in-group competition for it. And that will be the case if I'm rolling a ranger and you're rolling an inquisitor, and we both want the same one-handed sword, right? Or even two-handed sword, heck. So just to like avoid that entirely, it's like, oh, I'll just run a monk, and sort of be done with that. But like, I don't think that's enough reason to sort of choose one over the other. But it's sort of like a nice thing to consider.
Where's rogue sit for you?
I don't think it's a viable choice for me, because I do think that we will have to be able to level a little bit in our off time. And yeah, I just won't be able to do that. I just won't be able to do that. And Monk and Ranger can do it pretty well. Beastmaster will be able to do it best, but again, I can't go past how nerdy they are.
Wow. Going after the Beastmaster mains.
Because like your best friend is a dog, and like it's like you show up to the party, and like everyone just wants to pet your dog. Like they don't care about you.
That's the dream. That's such a cool. You don't want to be the person who shows up at the party with a dog. I was like, no,
Everybody loves a dog.
Honestly, yeah. I fucking hate the extra health bars. I don't actually like their dogs. As a healer, I'm like, oh god, there's another health bar. They're like, can you heal my pet? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, people always ask me to heal my pet. They have a pet heal button though, don't they? Don't they?
Yeah. Yeah,
okay.
But it's not.
Yeah, but that's your job.
Like, that's my job.
You're the healer. You heal my pet. I'm not healing my pet.
So yeah, I'm wondering what other of our friends will choose, because I guess it doesn't matter. But like, yeah, I think I'll be the most useful to the group as a ranger, because I'll be able to do pulling just very effectively, tracking to like solve all of our questing needs. I'll be able to solo decently when no one's around. I will be able to wear like chainmail, which like, I mean, if Chris is playing a shaman like that, we may have a little bit of conflict there, but like he won't sort of conflict with. But he's not gonna.
No, because I get
play
everything.
a druid.
No conflict.
There's no conflict if you play, especially if you play a cleric, which you should. So like, you know, I'm sort of in that.
I think you should play Spellblade. Here's the mea culpa. I have a mea culpa sequence here for because having Flourishing in the chat is just leveled up our game immensely. The people who hated us for not going deep, now we got Flourishing's back on information, or Flourishing's got our back with information. So Spellblade, the unstable barrier cooldown.
No, the guy who wants to play a pally is the guy in the chat. He's
literally right there.
So for the listeners, Pat PK here is saying we do have a friend who wants to play a paladin. He's in the chat, but he's got way too many kids. He just had another kid. So
yeah, that's too many kids.
Too many kids, man. What you doing? But
so yeah. Spellblade unstable barrier uptime is 15 seconds. Sorry, its cooldown is 15 seconds on unstable barrier, and its uptime is 8 seconds without breaking, which is kind of big. It's only 7 seconds of downtime, and you're basically a tanky boy or girl, and like your emergency play situation of like pull goes bad, many mobs, even side, many mobs.
Yes.
You can Shadow Rift, get behind someone, taunt them off, and like the skill expression on a class like that is pretty fucking dope.
That's awesome.
If you have unstable barrier up, you're gonna shadow step over, you're gonna taunt someone off, and like literally like save a pull potentially. Like that's that's pretty cool. And Flourishing's the one who mentioned that, like, hey, this is a play that can happen. I'm like, fuck yeah, that sounds so good. Watching people who are good at the game like Flourishing will be cool.
Yeah, that's something like I wanted to do either tank or heal, and I was like, I don't think I want a DPS, and now I'm like, I want a Spellblade, I think.
Wow.
Everything we do, every segment we do is going to drastically, because I want to do Beastmaster again.
That's why
tough,
Choose Your
man.
Main's a great series, man.
Everything we talk up these classes and we talk about how awesome they are, and I'm like, fuck, do I want to do that? Do I want to do that?
Fuck, man.
And with this
Think
game,
I might
you're
wanna
not
do that.
leveling 2 classes. Like the class you pick is the class. It's such a big. It's like choosing the name for your kid.
It's your life.
It's a commitment.
It's your second life, dude. It's your second life.
Yeah.
You're gonna spend 300 hours leveling this character casually if you play it.
Yeah, like re-rolling is such a commitment. It's so prohibitive. You gotta get more bags.
Gotta get more bags. What if we just rolled 3 DPS?
And just like always be like, help, we need a tank, we need a healer.
But that's the thing. If you're a ranger, we don't gotta do that.
Yes, we do.
Nah.
To do any serious content, you need a serious tank. To do any serious content, you need a serious healer. Like, we'll be able to like do outdoor stuff, but you want to be in those, like the good stuff drops deep in dungeons. You want to be deep in that dungeon, deep in the depths of the moist dungeon.
I misspoke before I get totally destroyed by the community. It's a 15-second duration on Unstable Barrier, 8-second cooldown, 100% uptime for Spellblade with mana.
I'm gonna be honest. You're telling me the numbers. I don't get it.
It means you're infinite tank as long as you don't take too much damage and barrier breaks. You're like,
you're gonna take more than you're gonna take more damage than the total shield damage. Possibility.
I don't know what the total damage is.
Not tanking.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sure.
But then why
what's
would
the point of it?
Yeah, why would you put it up then?
Right. Fuck. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
So it sounds awesome to off tank in an emergency situation. Like you can teleport behind a guy, like taunt them off, and then you won't take any damage because you have the barrier up. But the only thing I guess that's really stopping you would be your mana bar. And it doesn't sound, I mean, it sounds like you'll be casting kind of big nukes every once in a while once you get like your procs up. So I don't really know what the mana bar situation is going to look like. The class to me sounds pretty awesome. It sounded like very lackluster when I first heard it. And the more we've gone into it, I'm like, that actually sounds pretty fucking awesome. And it's very cool. And there's no classes that are like this.
Flourishing is single-handedly destroying our static right now by adding another melee DPS and losing our tanker healer for it.
Flourishing, he is the tank, okay?
Flourishing comes in, he's got his hair slicked back, his like open collar suit, and he's like, guys, I'm telling you, this is the next big thing. Buy Spellblade. It's low right now, but ride the high, baby, okay? Get in on the ground floor.
He's not wrong. Yeah. Plus, if you get gate, which you will.
Yeah, eventually.
My suggestion for that was like
Inquisitor.
My suggestion for that was like give them like a level 35 quest, and same like the Whirlwind Axe for the warrior and WoW to get gate, where it's like you don't have to, but you'd be silly not to. Sort of thing.
Somebody said that what if their like epic at the end game was a gate?
Yeah, and that's not crazy.
That'd be pretty sick.
That'd be cool. Ranger had a breastplate in the game that it sent you back to like the Wood Elf home zone, which was like sort of spoke to the druidic nature of them. Give them a little something, little lovey.
I'm still gonna do Inquisitor, just so you guys know.
And Cleric.
If Inquisitor sucks, then I'll probably pivot to Cleric.
But someone will be in the healing role. So
maybe.
Like your plan is cool on paper.
Maybe like, we won't know until we reveal.
He's gonna be a Beastmaster.
when I throw the necro wrench in,
yeah, right.
It's gonna be chaos for us. Unplayable chaos.
We're gonna have a good time.
You're banking on me healing.
Regardless, we're gonna have a good time.
It's such a bad bank.
I told you I am a split fucking decision right now, and I would say that the more that I play,
like Ken Bone,
the more FOMO I get.
That's a callback.
What a cut, dude.
Yeah.
Holy shit. The more that I play, the more that I'm like, I just feel like a buff battery on Shaman, but I don't feel very impactful at times. And that's tough for me. I love having the buffs. I love that. But like, there's something about the simplicity of just showing up on Necro. I have like cool support capabilities with the mana, batterying, and like pet stuff, and like
There he is.
it's simple. This Ken Bone, man, I need that. I need that cardigan so bad. Is that a cardigan? No, it's just a sweater.
It's a 3/4 zip.
It's a sorry, 3/4. That's a nice 3/4 zip he's got there.
I wanted to drop a slur, but we're among.
Nope. Nope. Never. Just never.
Oh no.
Lots of classes can buff haste. So Scythius asked, how many classes
Enchanter,
have haste?
Shaman, Beastmaster, Inquisitor.
Ranger? Oh, not Ranger.
Inquisitor?
Ink? No,
4?
Ink doesn't get haste.
Yes, it
Ink
does.
doesn't get haste.
Yes, it does.
Does they?
Yes, it
Does they? Does
they? Tuesday, yes. Yes,
Does
days
them?
do.
All right, I'm
Which
fucking
is all the
with
more reason for you not to be a shaman.
Get out of here.
Because Pat will be our measure and our haste.
If you
buff.
push me to Druid, like Druid, again, the only thing stopping me from going Druid out of all this, the only thing, I will not be unique. And there will be millions like me. And
What if you get
so
a
easy.
funny
you
name?
Can throw a
What if-
rock and hit 50.
What if you do a
fucking
funny
druids.
name, though?
Like Drew Barrymore?
Nailed it. You're done.
Barry Good. Oh no, they're wolf related, right? So Wolfgang,
Puck.
Wolfgang
Fuck.
Wolfgang Puck. There it
Wolfgang
is.
Pucks.
Whoa! Time to fuck was 3 seconds on that one.
That's
yeah,
tough.
I mean,
yeah.
the name. We'll get into a naming thing because, like, I go hard on names. That's like my entire. That's the game for me.
That's your class identity.
That is my identity. Going like finding the right name is fucking huge for me. I'll spend days on it.
Yeah. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
Our static's gonna be a debacle. I cannot wait until. So for anyone who's just viewing, the agreement that we have as a 3-stack right now, we'll see how this lasts. Is we're gonna do a reveal show for our class picks to each other for the first time, like a draft, like an NFL, NBA draft.
Yeah, I think of like a League of Legends draft. Like we're like gonna put the thing there.
We'll have like a little card on the board, like Family Feud or something. And we're gonna have to figure out how to make it work. We're gonna pick blind, and we're gonna reveal our hand, and we're gonna figure out how to make it work, suboptimal or not.
I just want to point out, at least according to the wiki, that the Shaman haste is better than the Inquisitor haste and the Enchanter.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
haste.
for sure.
It's like a 10% difference. Like it's not.
Oh, that's not a lot. I thought it would be more than that.
It's like 55 is the cap for Enchanter and Shaman, and 65 is the cap for Shaman.
So a Nova,
Shaman.
That's interesting, Pat. I know we do a little bit until Pat's like Spellblade's cool. Maybe I'll do that.
No,
and like,
I'm gonna.
Chris was like indexing on being our
healer.
healer. He's like, he will not play DPS as like a fundamental principle because God forbid you only bring damage to the group because that doesn't do anything in reality for him, but actually does everything because you can't do anything if things aren't being damaged. But anyway, Chris was saying he'd be a healer.
And
you want some cheese with that wine? you want a sandwich to put all that salt on? What's going
Yeah. I think one of you guys just be a cleric and just be done with it. Just play for my enjoyment.
Cleric also calls to me in a weird way. Like anytime they're like, oh, play, dude. That time when I was in a group with the cleric as a shaman, I felt like I was at the gym for the first time, being shown around by the meathead that runs the place, and like the cleric was just asked to do everything, and then they whipped me for every 60 minutes, and they were like, I don't care what else you do, just give me fucking Speed of the Wild, asshole.
Is beta gonna be open? Is beta open? I don't know if you need like a key for it. Is it closed
beta
in March?
Yeah, it'll be a closed beta invite. Yeah, it'll be an invite only. Opt in if you haven't. You should find but we're like building community. We should probably take seriously like how to give people links and stuff.
I wonder if we can get codes. We won't give them to any of our friends. We'll give them out to
I don't-
strangers.
Oh my God, Pat doesn't have a code.
I still
Maybe
don't
we should
have
just
one.
give them away.
That would
And
be
Pat
Yeah.
has to enter the raffle.
I have to hope you guys give me one.
Pat has to enter the raffle like everyone else.
Yeah, that's okay.
God, what a good bit.
that would be a good bet.
It'd be worth it.
Worth taking to
I
the
would
end,
do it
yeah.
for the bit.
It's close, yeah.
It is closed.
If anybody's an extra code, Pat could use it. Okay. Final thoughts. Melee dips.
Like them.
Like them. Check.
I mean, they all sound pretty awesome. They all sound like they have their own flavor, their own class fantasy. They all kind of bring a little something extra to the table. Rogue sounds the most straightforward as far as pure DPS is concerned, but they all sound pretty damn awesome. That's my final thoughts
Big
on the DPS.
agree.
If you want to play a DPS, these are all really fucking good choices.
Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you were inclined to play a DPS, I think there's something for everyone here, whether you want to be a kind of stable, consummate professional like the monk, the kind of jack of all trades, can slot in anywhere like the ranger, the solo edgelord beastmaster who apparently is a dipshit to Jesse, or the rogue who's like kind of the like hyper rogue fantasy CC smoke bomb machine, can kind of pull off tank in a pinch and like get aggro sprint away type shit, like just really pull some crazy shenanigans in combat primarily. There's something for everyone here, which I think is kind of pretty dope if I were inclined to play melee DPS.
So next week, I don't even know if it's going to be next week, but next episode, we're going to be talking either support classes or the range DPS. We should probably combine that because there's only 2 support classes. Or maybe we can make a support class and then another show thing.
There are 3, Jesse.
Oh, golly.
Jesse's supreme. So I am
golly.
Jesse, you strike me as a spike type person. When
A
you play.
spiker?
A spike, yeah. Like you like to play a little bit meta. And I am so a Timmy where like I just want to play my way suboptimally. I don't care. I just want to do it my way.
Do I want to play a meta? I don't disagree with that.
And I feel, and Pat is, I think, Mr. Spike. Like he's very good at the game. He finds the best class, which actually I think makes Inquisitor a very interesting pick for Pat because that's like kind of off meta for him, his playstyle.
I enjoy filling roles that need to be filled, and I enjoy playing those roles at a high level.
That's not a bad way to be. I mean, like the funny choice for me would be to be a fighter because they can just do both melee DPS and be a tank if you guys don't do it.
Where does fighter rank, Jesse?
Fighter, I think fighter is competing with these guys for DPS. It's going to more DPS than ranger.
3?
It's definitely top 3 for sure. No problem. Like it's gonna be Todium. Like no joke, the fighter does more DPS than the ranger. Now doesn't bring 1/4 of the utility of it.
Correct. Yeah,
but
still fun though.
It's still fun. Looks cool.
I think it's very interesting where the fighter is one of those. It's not a hybrid, but it is a flex pick where like you could be tank or damage and do both respectively on a fighter, which is kind of a big flex. If we're doing things blind and we're doing the memes here, that's kind of a big pick.
Fighter and Inquisitor, not a bad not a bad group. You know,
it's not
a bad group. The only thing is they're competing for armor. They're competing for
and
everything.
If you have a shaman for haste,
hey, life could be worse.
And if you have a necro to refill all that mana, fighter will need.
And if you had more friends. And a stable schedule and 100% less kids.
I was going to be fighter before I read about Inquisitors, and I was like, that sounds cooler. But fighters still sounds pretty fucking awesome.
I think it's yeah. Go ahead.
It's just very straightforward. Like you know what you're gonna do. Like you're gonna go in there and you're gonna hit the thing and you're gonna taunt the mob, and it's very black and white, which is nice in a game that can have a lot more complexity to it. To just be like, I can throw up something on Netflix and I will push my buttons and be fine.
I'm so excited you're so gung ho about Inquisitor because it's like it's just such a cool design.
This is the most Bitcoin ass fucking investment on Ink. I just feel like it's going to change, and my heart is going to break when Pat's like, I'm going to go cleric.
I'm gonna play Inquisitor. I'm going to do it. The only reason I'm gonna stop.
He's so
Yeah,
guaranteed.
the only reason I would stop doing it is like if I got to, I don't know, mid 30s or so and was like, everyone is so much better than me and I'm never going to be a good enough tank, I'm gonna play something else.
Dude, that is sometimes the journey of some of these classes. Like a Spellblade doesn't heat up until the 50s.
All right, then I'll play until the 50s.
Okay, all right. I'm just saying, like, but I don't think that's gonna be the case. The Inquisitor, I honestly don't. Like, you get Mez at like level 8 or something, and like that alone is just this fantastic button. Like, what? Tank with Mez?
Yeah, there's a lot of very, very cool abilities that they get relatively early on, but like they don't have like the tankiness of like fighter or like the sustain of a Shadow Knight or a Paladin for that matter. So like it feels worse, but it doesn't mean that it is worse, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I can't disagree. I mean, we're gonna need a druid.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
We'll need at least one druid.
There's no chance you don't need Shrek 2, the ogre shaman's fucking haste buff on your fucking melee DPS and your ink to just increase that pump, you know?
Yeah.
Well, as brought up by our Flourishing, our resident expert here, that the Inquisitor haste buff, while it is 10% less than the Shaman, it applies to both melee and ranged, whereas the Shaman is just melee.
Wow. That is kind of a big deal. I was going to say bigger. I was just going to interrupt you and say bigger number, better class, but then I was like, well, nope, that changes things a little bit. But like the only class that amounts to is Archer, though, right?
And Archer is an S tier DPS.
It is. So you're gonna get some good pump out of them.
Wait, no, it applies to Ranger too. Applies to Ranger too. Like that's
Flourishing.
Huge.
I would never challenge a maestro of your level, but I was told in a group when I had an Archer on my Shaman that they were whipping me for haste just like everybody else because they were like, it works, and I trusted. I can't verify, but I trusted. So then someone's wrong here, either Flourishing, the SME in this entire game, or the random dipshit Archer who was yelling at me to give him haste because it worked.
I mean, according to the wiki, it's haste your target increasing melee attack speed by 60 to 65%.
Okay.
It's melee only, whereas Inquisitor specifically says melee and ranged.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
That's
called
that's
fine
fine print.
Does that make you feel bad as a shaman main? Does that make you feel bad about that?
Shut up, dude. Shut up, man. You're so inflammatory.
You keep telling people well, Jesse,
Yes, I
why do
know.
you last say that you hate this subgroup of people?
You think Druid mains suck, and you said that live. No, I love the bit. Keep it coming, buddy. But all that's to say, I'm genuinely torn. Like, it's selling me on another class sends me to that class. And Jesse, you want every class in the game, so it's very easy to sell you on another class. But
Very easy.
I'm genuinely torn between Shaman, Necro, Druid. And then I know in my heart, because I am an ADHD, indecisive, procrastinating fuck, that 2 nights before we do our reveal, I'm going to go deep on, if we have beta access, I'm going to test everything one more time, get it to like 8, and just try and figure out if like where my heart lies. And I'm just going to come out of left field with this fucking Spellblade pick.
Elementalist.
Elementalist out of fucking left field. And I feel that in my heart. But right now, Druid, Shaman, Necro is really hard for me.
I
really
think
hard.
what you have to do at the end of the day here is like figure out what class it is that you want to play with nothing else involved, like just no outside influence, no nothing, because like this, like you'll be playing with us or not, but at the end of the day, like this is a character, a tune that you're going to be with for hundreds and hundreds of hours. The most important thing is that you like it. So which one is the one which one is the one that you want to do. Like, we'll make it work regardless, man. We're going to be playing as our threesome over here, and we'll have people that come and go as we level up. But
Devil's
like,
threesome.
We'll fill any hole. We'll fill any hole.
This Devil's threesome.
Put it
will
on a shirt.
Fill
Put
any
it on
hole.
a shirt. Clip it out of context. Put it on a shirt. We'll fill any hole.
We will. We will fill any hole.
Here's the thing: you can't fill a hole you don't know about, and if we blind reveal, the hole is going to be there.
It's tough.
So
That's okay.
how we talk about our hand.
I mean,
is
maybe it's
very
not a great
important.
idea. I just said it. I like it.
It's a great idea. This is peak content.
Yeah.
Is us figuring out, and we should stream our games to see how much of a clusterfuck Clown Fiesta it is. That's
for sure.
a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's gonna be tough.
Get our C+ fucking tier gameplay, and people are gonna look at us like, these are the people that we listen to.
God,
These
yeah,
guys are
this is
fucking
awful.
terrible.
This is awful.
Yeah. We're not here for good gameplay. We're here for fun gameplay.
We're here for some of the gameplay of all time.
Yeah. Some of the gameplay. Okay. As a reminder, thank you everyone for joining. This is the most viewers we've ever had on like a stream. So super duper thanks everyone for joining. We'll be back, I think, next week. Because in 2 weeks I'm visiting Chris.
Shit, that's right.
I'm out there.
Oh, I gotta be present for you.
I'm out there, man. Yeah,
I'm working that week. I'm sorry, dude.
Okay.
It's a busy week.
I'm traveling 3,000 miles to
Ireland.
agonize over Maine's live
To deliver your seed.
to deliver. Yeah, what?
Lumberjack.
Lumberjack.
Thank you,
that's-
Flourishing. That's
I'm
a kind
stoked
thing
for
to
that.
say, that we're to be monsters and monsters and members, monsters and memories famous.
The members
is,
that fill
probably the
any
highest honor
hole
we can get, and maybe we'll all just run Spellblades.
Could you imagine if we peak as gaming content creators? Sorry, not if. We have peaked, because like anything above 1 viewer, 0 viewers is peaking for us.
Oh, for sure.
At 40 in gaming?
I know. That's why I told my boss to go fuck herself today, because I'm
You had like a big gold chain on.
the YouTube gold thing.
You're like, hey, I don't fucking need you anymore. I have this unmonetized for a game that hasn't released.
I have a
And
niche
not until
podcast
September.
about a niche video game that will never break more than 3,000 players.
But by golly, we'll fucking be famous.
I found the
among those
smallest
3,000.
pond. I found the smallest possible pond.
Big fish.
Yeah, why don't you guys say your final thoughts, and I'll call it a show. You guys can have the last word.
Let's see. I am available next week. Next Friday, I'm good to go. So if you guys want to run one more before you're out,
Let's do it.
out in the West Coast for a
We'll
while.
finish up the DPSs then.
We'll do the ranged DPS next week. We could probably throw the support in there at the end also. There's only 2 of them. I don't know, maybe 3 if you want to be weird about it. But there's only 2 of them that are listed. So we could probably knock out all of that. As far as final thoughts for this episode, it makes me feel a little like jealous, like the grass is greener with some of these picks, because I do love DPS. I love big numbers. Those are very fun. But at the end of the day, I'm going to stick with Inquisitor. Okay, we're going to be an
Oh,
Inquisitor.
I think he's convincing himself a little bit.
I'm going to be an Inquisitor. Guys.
These are the words. And before I'm going to screenshot the text we get for Pat, where he's like, guys, I'm having second thoughts.
Inquisitor as support from Anova. That's like,
Anything with utilities
be
is
it.
support.
So be it. Then I'll be
I'm-
a supporting Inquisitor.
My spicy pick. Necro's a support. Necro is I think is a valid support.
okay, let's
and
do
we can go into that.
Let's do that. Let's do your what's on the top of your list, and also your spicy pick for everyone before, and then we'll end it with that.
Well, no, I'm saying for the support for like I think Necro is obviously range DPS.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what
But
you're
I think
saying.
it can flex into a support bucket, and I can back that up as someone who's played Necro.
I hear what you're saying. But for the purposes of like the choose your main, let's go with like the class you like intellectually know you should play, but also like what's hiding in the background, what's lurking like Jeffrey Epstein. No, what's lurking
Nope.
behind?
What's Didion?
I'll say this. What's Didion? He's just
What's
lubing
Didion
up.
back in
He's
your
just
little
lubing up.
video?
Wow, Flourishing. 100% agree with Necro being support. This is tremendous.
There you go.
This is
That is the most validating thing I've ever had happen in my life.
Yeah,
to be honest.
that's a. So I will say, if I had to choose today, I would choose Ranger. And my wild card,
It's a Spellblade.
my wild card would be a cleric.
It's a wizard, dude. Wow. Are you fucking serious? Why would you do that?
He said he would never play one.
He's on record saying he'd never play one. And he said with 100%, so you were so vehement.
I got to tell you, the cleric seems it's much better than the EverQuest cleric, man. I'll tell you that much.
It sounds awesome. I don't disagree with you. That was my second pick for if I wasn't Inquisitor, I'd be a cleric. But I think at this point, if Chris here is gonna stick with being a healer class, then I probably would not go cleric, and I would probably do some kind of DPS, and it would pretty likely be a Spellblade.
Wow.
That would be number 2.
Wow.
Choosing the
Did
worst.
not see that coming.
Choosing the worst of both worlds. No.
Yeah. 100%.
I want to play the most underrepresented classes.
100%. I love
Best
doing
of
that.
their ability. I mean
I kid about that. I think those are two classes.
They're gonna be fucking sick.
No, you're on record, and we'll cut it there. I will say that the logical choice, the head choice. No, it's not the head choice. It's the logical choice for me is Shaman. That's the logical choice. The wild card choice is Enchanter.
It's Druid. It's Druid, you liar.
Wow.
That's the one that is like every time I see a fucking Enchanter, I'm like, man, that looks so fucking cool. Every time. And like without fail.
My hero.
And like a well-played Enchanter just feels like dad or mom is here.
Just taking care. Just patting your butt dry.
And the thing,
So who's gonna
like
play it?
Vaseline for your butt. So what do you mean?
No, you said it has to be well played.
Not me. You're gonna get the damage dealing only Enchanter out of me. I'm like, they have good nukes, right?
Guys, no, they're a DPS. Trust me.
They're a healer. They're a healer. But like, man, when like I would say the way that every class feels when a healer shows up, and you're like, yes, nice, we can actually begin. Our health bars are going to stay up. We're going to have good downtime, whatever. A healer and any class with mana feels with an Enchanter, which is fucking huge. And the ability, like, dude, Enchanter, when a pull goes wrong, man, so many Enchanters have saved my bacon. More so than any other class. And like demonstrably, like very clearly, purple fucking haze around every mob, a charmed mob pulled in to like it just feels so cool. And I'm like, man, I would fail so hard on this class, so I will never play it.
It's not that hard. Like, it looks hard, but it's not super duper hard. You've got like a big area effect stun, and like it's doable, man. Like you can get in there.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of stuff for that Inquisitor has that can be very similar to stuff that Enchanters can pull.
Totally agree.
Like I have like they would have, I'm saying like as if I'm playing it right now. It's like they have I can shield you if you're taking damage. I can slow somebody's casting speed if you're getting like nuked and we're running. I can put targets to sleep. Like there's a lot of outs if shit hits the fan and we need to run. Which sounds very fun.
There's
a lot of tools in the kit.
I will say the thing that Inquisitor is missing that is pretty key here in my headcanon for Enchanter is the charm. That charm is just so awesome.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
anytime, I'll be real with enchanter mains, anytime I see them with their pet out, I'm disappointed in you.
Oh yeah.
If you're not showing up with a Dunes Madman in my early game, I'm disappointed in you. And I
Yeah.
won't say that to you. I'll be very kind. But like every enchanter that I'm like, hell yeah, I know this enchanter shows up with a fucking Dunes Madman. Their health goes to 25% in one hit randomly, and they're just like trying to scramble to get him back under control. And I'm like, that guy knows what he's doing.
Mm-hmm. That's a way to play for sure. I was doing that during like a work day, like work from home day, and I was like kind of in a meeting with like a Dunes Madman charmed, and I was like, "Oh, hold on, not playing a video game here." Like, all is well.
Whoa, lost some XP. I'm not freaking out.
All right, let's wrap it there. Great one. I'm gonna play the theme song, and then maybe we can hang out for another 5 or 10 minutes or something like that. Take some dumb questions, and then we can call it a night. What do you guys think?
Cut the VOD.
All right.
Cut the cord.
And then I'm going to cut the VOD. All right. Here's our iconic podcast. Thanks, everyone, for joining in. YouTube video on demand crowd. We'll see you on the next one. We'll see you in Ethorilo.
Yep, nailed it.
Athormanon.
Ship it.
Podcast. This is a podcast.
What were you signaling me for?
Do the right song.
No,
It's not that
going.
one. It's not that one.
Get ready. It's time for Monsters and Memories.
Stage
I thought it
freeze.
was going to be the other one. I thought it was going to be the one with the
Just play them all. They're all so good, bad.
Okay. Let's take some silly questions if anyone has any dumb questions in chat. Because we have a lot of people. The chat is popping.
Chat's
So,
popping. It's crazy.
hate to waste it. So
We love you guys. Thank
yeah.
you for like spending time with us.
It's
awesome.
like 50 degrees in my basement, 55 degrees, except for right by my space heater where it's like 79 degrees.
That's too many
Like,
degrees.
so the left part of my body is very cold, but the right part is very hot. I can't find the nice zone. It's like I'm either like flop sweating or I'm very cold.
Most first world fucking conversation.
Yeah, truly is.
Oh, my space heater too close to me.
My space heater is
and
too
make
hot.
me to my feet a little too sweaty.
The heat is too direct.
Don't you hate it when your lobster shows up and it's got too much butter?
Yeah, man. It's not a bad place to be. So yeah, any surprising revelations with class choice tonight? Kind of.
Yeah, that was
What would be your meta
threw me
3
for a
man?
loop.
So Ghastly is asking, what would be your meta 3-man group if you could pick each other's classes? All right, that's a great exercise.
Oh shit, that's a great exercise. We should do that on a live stream.
That's good
Let's do
content.
it. Let's do it.
Oh, if I could pick a class for you guys.
That's really good. Do you want to do a draft where like I get to pick Jesse's character, Jesse picks Pat picks mine?
I think we should talk to each other about what the third is going to play.
What? I don't understand.
So like it would be it would be you two discussing what I'm going to play, and then it would be me and you discussing what Chris is going to play, and then we'll come to that agreement.
Sure. All right. So Chris, what do we think Pat should play?
Yeah, we could do it that way, or we could all.
Yeah.
I think
We can
Pat
all
should
pick
play a
one.
high skill ceiling class. So like Pat playing tank to me makes a lot of sense because he has a like excellent game awareness. He also has like excellent ability to play like classes with like a lot of abilities like going on that he has to sort of like balance. So I'm happy that Pat has chosen tank. I'm happy that Pat has chosen like a complicated tank as far as I can determine. So if you didn't pick Inquisitor, I'd probably pick Inquisitor here. But I think like also Paladin would probably be a pretty good choice for Pat. If only for I know he'd be able to he'd be clutch with those lay on hands. Like he would save a group with that for sure.
Uh-huh.
But that's sort of my vote. That's my vote.
I love the Pally pick. I would put Pat on Pally too. And the reason is because Pat mains healer. And Dustin, my buddy Dustin, I don't know if he's in chat, but he always said that like playing healer in any game makes you better at all of the game because you're just so attuned to what's going on both out in the AoE space and what's happening on the map and your health bars of your team too. And so like I think putting him on a Pally is just like clutch defensive human is just like a really strong play for Pat. You're on Pally, dog.
Pally dog.
I mean, I don't disagree with any of that stuff. I do. I became a better tank at WoW because I was healing first. Like it teaches you like what to look for, to wait for mana bars, to watch other people's health, to really pay attention to where the mobs are in case one of them goes flying and they're beating the shit out of one of your casters and stuff like that. Like that's all stuff that sitting back as a healer you notice, and that made me like way more aware as a tank.
But I can say for certain, I want Pat on tank. And that's not a slight on Jesse. That is to say, I want Pat on tank. Because I think Pat will go. Pat, you're very good at going real deep on a roll. And I feel like Jesse has the most like intrinsic game knowledge. And putting him on a class that is more flexible is going to be huge for us because we won't know what the fuck we're doing. So like I think our roles need to be combat defined mostly or pretty clear out of combat.
All right, what do you got? What do we pick now for Chris, or do we?
Yeah, we could do that. All right, so he excels in support type roles. So we're looking at some kind of support or some kind of healing class. It's if it would be great if there was one that did both. That also maybe had like a little bit of damage in it.
I know you got to give Chris like he's got to be able to feel like he's hurting somebody. He won't actually be hurting them.
He needs to be in the fray. He needs to. He needs
he's
to
like
be in the fray with you.
With like the fake little gloves. Like a little wheel, like, oh, you're driving, honey. You're driving us to work, like in the backseat with the wheel. You know?
you hand him the player 2 controller that's not plugged in.
I say this as the unplugged controller. Yo, yeah, babe, you're Mega Man.
You're doing real good.
Good job, sweetie. I say this in total, like not pushing him there, because honestly, like I don't really want a druid that bad in our group, but I do feel like Chris probably would enjoy being the druid in our group, mostly because he could take a break from being the healer if we get another person to come in and heal for the day and like cast damage spells and dots and sort of do other stuff like that in a way that like Shaman can't do.
Yeah, if Shaman was more like the WoW version of Shaman where they could actually do some melee, I think that would be 100% the class for him to take. But being like here, you're kind of like just a buff debuff machine that heals sometimes, and like they're not even like they're not even great heals. It seems like it's you I feel like you would feel like you were lacking, like you would be looking at other classes and wanting to do something else or be a little bit stronger in certain areas.
Flip side,
I mean, I think either like I think Necro.
I was going to say the same thing.
Druid.
Necro too. Necro would actually probably be if I had my druthers, that would be the choice that Chris chooses.
Yeah, wow. I would say I'm like either Necro or Druid, and probably Necro.
Only because the sustained damage is there. Like the pet is always doing sustained. There you do have like extra stuff. Like you are a damage dealer first, so you'll probably be doing like B or A tier damage. But you also have those abilities to like support people, like which is I think if we're making like you an ice cream sundae of a class, you need the ability to meaningfully support. Like flat, like full stop. And like you'd probably be able to more like you probably really enjoy also being like put up damage and stuff like that. So like Necro seems like 70-30. So like damage to to support, maybe even like 65-35, where Shaman is like 90-10. Druid is like 70-30, but like they're always going to be pulled into groups as a healer. So like if I had my druthers, I'd probably ask you to be Necro.
Wow. So you're going Pally Necro for this meta comp that we do.
So far,
which
so
puts
good.
Pat and I in a really hard spot. Because then we have to put you on a healer.
He's gonna be a wizard.
Responsibly. I was gonna say, Pat, do you want to say it or me? Because it's wizard.
He's gonna be a wizard. Yeah.
I mean, the ideal choice there is cleric.
Nah, it's wizard.
It's wizard.
We'll find a cleric.
We'll
You're
figure
a wizard.
it out. You're a wizard, dog. It's your calling.
I look like a wizard to you. Do I? Chat, am I a wizard?
Yeah, 100%. From every game that we have played together, from like HOTS to WoW to like EverQuest, even God, what was that game we were playing with the base building and everything? I can't remember what the hell the name of that game was.
StarCraft?
No.
Oh,
no.
Valheim.
Valheim was one. Like you always do some kind of melee roll.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to put you on a melee DPS, and I think it's rogue.
Wow.
That's what I think.
I like the rogue pick for Jesse. My heart, I know my boy. I know his headcanon. This motherfucker, even though he is the most wizard human I know, thinks he's Aragorn. He's got shards of Narsil energy. And this guy wants Ranger. I'm putting him on Ranger because I think it flexes enough for us in this Pally Necro. I think the Ranger is the flex here that we need.
Yeah, I mean
it's not bad.
That's a good thing. I mean the exercise breaks down because like you have to be able to choose like your 3-man group. Like it doesn't work if we're each choosing each other's class, because then like obviously I got pigeonholed because I was the last to be chosen. But
true.
But it's still a fun exercise.
It was a fun exercise. We sucked at it. Sorry, but I loved it. I thought I laughed very hard.
I do not plan on playing on a PvP server. I did play.
No, I said immediately fuck no.
I did play on a PvP server at EverQuest, and it added an extra element that I thought I enjoyed until I played a PvE server and like, wow. And I was like, wait, people just can't kill you like randomly? Like,
yeah. I had in original WoW, I played on a PvP server because at the time, with the accounts were worth more money if you played on a PvP server, because you could transfer, you could do a paid transfer off of a PvP server to anywhere you wanted to go, but you could not transfer from a PvE server to a PvP server. You could only go the other way.
Yeah.
So you could, so that I did that on purpose, like in the off chance I wanted to sell my account, which I've never done in my life. And I remember like the amount of deaths, like unnecessary deaths, just the hours of griefing and like how badly that sucked. And like yeah, like I'm 40, I'm 40, I'll be 41. And I don't have the time to do that. I don't have, like, if I have a dedicated block of like 3 to 4 hours to play, and 2.5 of those I spend corpse running, like I'm not playing this game. So I'm out. I'm definitely not going to do.
Too? Oh
yeah, I'm not doing any kind of like, PvP server.
I just the world PvP is literally just rock paper scissors on who has better gear. Like it's unbalanced. Like people who are engaging you likely have the upper hand in many ways, and if not, they are fleeing from you for their lives, and like thus the circle of life continues. Whales eat krill, and you're either a whale or krill.
Krill would be a good guild name.
Yeah, PvP servers open the doors for some really fucking cool epic moments where there are massive battles that break out and they can last for hours, where you're fighting or defending a point, or like, you get killed and then you get two of your friends to come kill those guys, and then they get two of their friends to come kill those guys, and then before you know it, you have like 100 on 100 crazy open melee. I remember doing like raids on Crossroads and stuff like that where our whole guild just came through and just murdered everything in sight. Like it opens the door for some really cool shit, but it also opens the door for some like degenerate dog shit behavior where you just get murked for hours on end and it's the worst, and the game is completely unplayable. So like, if you're going to give me the option to trade one for the other, like I can do without the crazy in-game moments so that I can have my peace and play without worrying and looking over my shoulder every 2 seconds.
Pat has like an hour and a half break between his incredibly stressful job, and he doesn't want to spend an hour and a half running from Big Dick Barry, fucking
no thanks,
fighter who's level 50 in a like newbie starting zone.
Yeah, as a cleric on a PvP server back in the day, my ideal PvP encounter was I escaped. That was it.
Yeah,
I hopefully I ran faster.
Tell the tale.
Yeah, I put Divine Shield or Divine Aura, whatever it was called, got my invuln. Hopefully they stopped attacking me, and like I was able to like just sort of escape, but I never got any kills.
And is it safe to say, because like Flourishing's mentioning like it's about CC and numbers, not gear, which I agree with. I also think CC is so much more prevalent in this game than it was in EverQuest, which will make it a fucking nightmare. Like, it feels like every class has a bit of CC to it that would just make it really unfun if you're the Krill.
And you stack magic resistance, like you would just stack magic resistance and gear and things like that. So like you could avoid roots and stuff. It's just like it's just a time tax. Just like, do you want to play this hard game? Okay, do you want to play a harder game? Play a PvP server.
Yeah.
And not a hard game. It's like a time intensive game. So if you just want to turn the time intensity up to 11, then play PvP.
It has the opportunity to just like indiscriminately waste your time for an insane amount of hours. Like, it's how bored is the guy that's killing you.
Yeah,
right.
If he has more time on his hands than you do.
Corpse retrieval. Let's not even go there, man. That was just being you're done. It's over. You showed up naked. Like, there's just 150. That was Ultima, man. Like, Ultima just be 150 corpses around the gate of the same guy who's died.
Now let me tell you, there is
people camping it.
There is a real magic in going into a dungeon, wanting a camp on a PvP server, and just going in there and killing them. Taking the camp.
This is mine now.
And then like there will be an honorable, like, you let them get their corpses and they gate out. They leave, right? And you don't make it difficult for them, but it's just like that's
because you just want the spot.
You just want the spot, right? That is a PvP server working, in my opinion. Not for them, but like they eat or be eaten for the situation.
I feel like that's a very early 2000s thing. I don't think that happens today.
I think you're right.
No, not with the WoW community infiltrating.
Yeah,
no
way.
You know the people on the PvP servers likely ain't the EverQuest folks. It's going to be the WoW folks.
Loot and scoot. That was it. Loot and scoot. That's the phrase.
Yep, tell them loot and scoot.
That's the phrase
like
I couldn't remember. Thank you, Longshanks.
Oh, that's like where is honor anymore? You know, whatever happened to honor?
Well, that's not a podcast. That's not a podcast. I was about to answer you. It's 11:30 my time. It's my daughter's birthday tomorrow. I'm going to bed. Guys, great pod.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great podding, y'all. Dude, thanks for like the viewers we had on Twitch and YouTube. Y'all are real ones, man. This is so cool.
Man, thank you, Flourishing, for all the extra information to make this as good and as informative as a podcast as we could possibly make it.
Bunch of folks gave us some extra info. Thank you all for all that. All right, let's call it. I'm gonna throw the
see you guys next week.
Podcast. This is a podcast. Just let me have this podcast.
Who made that? It's so good.
I think that's Fleetwood Mac, right?